Are we live? Are we ready? Are we feeling froggy?
Ribbit,
Alright.
ribbit.
Kids are asking for something, and they should be. We are checking on them. Oh,
Well, hey, hi,
What?
hello. It's been a hot minute since I've seen all of you. I've missed you.
you.
Rev will be a little behind us, but not too much further. The real question is, since it's been essentially a month, even with the dragon fight, does anyone remember what happened before the dragon fight that was all just a dream?
I wasn't there.
That's right. We fought a dragon
Yeah.
in a dream.
In a dream.
I missed it. I'm so sad.
It's okay. I'll run another just random combat session here, not too far in the future, because I thought that was
Good.
very funny. Yeah. Anyone remembered what happened before that? Because what happened before that was kind of bonkers as well.
We fell asleep.
Was it before or after I got the recipe for meth?
It was
Oh,
what
stop.
got you the recipe for meth. It was about where we left off.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. That was fun.
So you went to the town of Bergsburg. You found a bunch of followers of the Great Osha in a nice mining town where most of the businesses was run by a single family. And you found out that they all produced high quality dragon glass as well as high end meth. Just real good
Woo!
methamphetamines. Just drugs. Because while there is the Great Osha, the legalization in the war on drugs has not happened in this universe, so that's a whole different thing going on that will happen many years in the future from now.
I will be allowed to combat it. New life goals.
By the time
That character's purpose has been achieved or attained. Found that one.
But by the time the war on drugs even starts, Sophos will be a great and powerful drug kingpin somewhere in this ancient version of Greece.
Oh my God! Will I be the BBG?
You know what? The fun thing about being a D&D character is if you really live long enough to complete a campaign, by the end of it, you could live long enough to see yourself become the new BBEG.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, please. You have my full license at any point in anybody's future to use Sophos.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. Sophos, the drug kingpin, with a whole
Yeah.
and you acquired a friend. Just a little guy. Who is
A little
me
guy?
and the giant.
Yeah.
Bye.
Who's like about 7 foot tall, a very awkward, shy, Danny boy, who is a minotaur, and yes, 1 level in Ranger. I need to give you guys his stats eventually. But yeah.
Eventually.
But yes, so you have Danny boy. You guys have just left Bergsburg. With a moderate amount of Dragon's Glass, which as of now you know can be used to replace spell components. You can use it to make a spellcasting focus. You can use it to make empowered weaponry. And in the dream you had about fighting a dragon, you discovered that the ancient worm that would have created this dragon glass was a green dragon. So it's exceptionally potent regarding poison. Yes? Poison.
Favorite. My favorite.
Green dragon?
I mean poison, but yeah, that too. I don't know. I like the color green.
You do. It does suit you very well.
You're so beautiful, Scarlet.
Yeah.
See,
I was standing next to my 24-year-old brother, and I'm 36, and everyone thought I was the younger one. And I was like,
That is a nice feeling.
all in the delivery, baby.
Aw. Yes, because believing you're in your 30s is baffling. If I didn't know you had children, I'd be like, you're not in your 30s. How does that know that is? All right. So you guys are back on the road in the early hours. Some of you groggy from a vivid, nightmare for sure for Dynah. Dynah did not have a good time during the fight. Igreus
I
probably
did not
feels
have a good
fine.
time.
Look who else is beautiful.
Yeah, look at Dynah. You look
I was
great.
like, "Where's Kirby today? It's been a month. I'm getting made up for this. Let's go."
Yeah.
I'm still in my mom clothes that I ran errands in today.
Trying to get a little stand working here or something. I thought I had something. It was wrong.
All right. So as you guys hit the road in the early morning, cart bouncing along behind your two somewhat faithful steeds. What's everyone's agenda for this day? As you continue, you guys have not been cut off the hook from the pursuit from Apollo's minions, so that is something that could still be pursuing you.
In real life, either 110 bad sunburns. It's not been nice. Apollo.
I got beef with the sun.
Legit.
I'm preparing spells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I can't. I'm a bard. I'm stuck. I forgot I'm not my normal cleric. Okay.
Yeah, you do the upsides and downsides of bards. You have all your spells prepared at all times. You just don't have that many spells.
That's okay. They're pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love a bard.
In my laptop, I know I saw the charger.
And we should all be a collective level 7 right now. So,
Oh, I don't know if I'm at level 7. Hold on.
yeah, I see you.
I may have to work on that very quietly in the corner.
No, I see you're leveled up.
Yeah, you're level 7.
Yay! Okay, good.
Yep.
Do you have all your spells selected? That's the.
That might be great.
Yeah,
You might
I'll
want
boot it
to
up.
long rest too.
Yeah.
I totally need to reset my sheet. I don't think I've looked in it in a minute.
Yeah, you guys haven't looked at it since the dragon fight because you guys are all beat up currently.
Pretty much.
So much bloodied.
All right.
I did get bloodied. I think it was very, like, next to Dynah nearly dead at some point. I think of the first hit, I was just cautious after that. He's a priest?
I think Dynah full
The
went
problem
down at one
is
point.
my character is alarmingly like me. So sometimes I lose track of who did what. Was it me or was it the character? No, they're passive.
Just a weird little guy. Just an odd little dude doing weird little dude stuff.
Yeah. How I live.
Alright.
I had a gentleman come out today and say, "Ma'am, you're picking poisonous flowers." And I look over and I'm like a block from my parents' house out in the country. And I'm just like, "Okay, thanks." I'm going to turn around and keep doing it. And I think he was there like, I do not want to know what she's doing that for. He looked scared and he walked away.
Get the sandwich.
I can't. Don't burn me here. I gotta
Listen,
be careful in the right place.
I live in East Tennessee. I bark at men. Because they all want you to smile at them, or oh, it'd be pretty if you just smile, and I'm like, "Rawr! No, we don't do that.
That would involve me leaving my house.
I don't own a man. I don't owe a man shit, especially not a smile. I don't even smile at my man.
What have you done?
You gotta work for that.
That's a lie.
What have you done to deserve my happiness?
This is my happiness. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me have it.
Back me the heck out.
All right. So you're bouncing along in the cart. Who's driving? I'm assuming Mrs. Baker. You've been kind of taking the wheel pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Between you and Igreus.
Yeah. I'm up there talking to the horses. I'm going to just go ahead and I would have took the time to... I have speak with animals, don't I? I don't know if I have speak with animals. I do, I think. No, I don't.
Nope.
Really?
And you are a halfling, not a gnome?
I'm a halfling. I'm a Lightfoot halfling.
Okay.
Dynah, I love your earrings.
Are they great?
They're wonderful.
They're regular size. I'm just
Just average hoop earrings and they're just massive. Oh, fantastic.
Excellent.
Those are actually rings that were repurposed. The ones you put on your fingers, right?
They were the nipple rings of her last lover.
Oh yeah, of course.
Huh.
I think they might have
Ripped out and removed. See, I was gonna make hamburgers until I found out I had to do that audition, and I was like, "Well, we gotta order food then."
Yeah. How'd the audition go? I hope it
For
went
the
well.
starvation.
Well, it was a video audition, so it's for a thing.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well, I hope you get it.
My agent kind of hit me out of nowhere, and I was like, "Do you not know that today is D&D day? Why would you do this?"
It's D&D
How
day.
dare you, sir? I thought I was going to be in a hospital, like being the birthing partner of my best friend tonight. It didn't happen. But I was a little bit like, come on, girls, D&D. Can you hold it in a little longer?
Right, a couple
Cross your
hours,
legs.
just hold it. Right.
Totally telling my
Oh,
best friend,
that's straight up on brand though.
This was in my writer.
That's straight up on brand with this D&D campaign, because Hera straight up made a woman do that.
Yeah.
Cross your legs, and you cannot have this baby.
Mm-hmm.
But her doula was a goon. She ran outside and was like, "It's a boy!" And Hera and the rest of them stood up like, "What?" It was great. I love that story. It's actually one of my favorite Grecian stories. A human being outplayed Hera in the baby birthday game.
I do like that story. That one's one of my favorites. Not that I don't think Hera is rightfully angry. She's just always rightfully angry at the wrong fucking person.
At the wrong person. It's because in the Pantheon you are not allowed to like punch up, and so because they can't punch up, they're like, I'm taking it out on you. You're just some random cabbage cartsman and get struck by lightning for no reason.
Not my cabbages.
You're just a really good weaver, and then Athena fucks up your whole world.
For nothing. For absolutely no reason other than the fact that she called you out on some BS. So
I feel like they were modeled after the rich. Just in
Yeah.
theory.
Mrs. Baker will be singing softly to the horses. Just
Social Repost picks up on this, like, the pattern of the song. Probably doesn't know it because he's a horse. But like in every lull, does a little whinny in response,
No.
in acknowledgement of the song. But he also has no sense of rhythm, so it's kind of like a, it's not quite keeping.
I don't know.
It, but
I've been teaching him how to trot. Yeah, I've been teaching him how to trot. He's almost got it.
He's doing his best.
Mrs. Baker's definitely proud of him. Yeah. Mrs. Baker's definitely proud of him.
God, horse doing.
So, Mrs. Baker, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I can't remember if you told us or not, but where's your partner?
He passed about 5 years ago. That's when I decided to start adventuring. That my life needed to have more meaning than just being a wife and a mother and a grandmother and baker.
I mean, you're also a god, though.
There
Well,
is that.
just a little bit. Just a small bit.
Ms. Baker, you're gonna have to explain to me how someone can be a little bit of a god.
Well, I'm just me. I don't even think about being part god or anything like that. I just think about what I've done and what I will do and what's important in my life and what I can do to keep the people that I love safe.
Mrs. Baker, I get the feeling that there are a great deal of people who love you.
Well, I hope so, because there's a great deal of people that I love, including you, and I'll climb up and give a kiss on the cheek.
He kind of smiles, and he walks over to the social repost. And he kind of whispers because he can speak to animals. He says, "We like this one."
If you're in headbutting distance of social repost will headbutt you, as is.
Yeah, we headbutt. Yeah, we headbutt each other. That's
it's his vibe.
Yep.
So, the sun rises in the sky. The early morning dew starts to fall away. What's Dynah doing this morning in the back of the cart?
All right, there I am. Probably making coffee. If it's early morning, and chanting my sword, and looking back at the dragon fight, like what happened? What happened? Hello, or who? He sent the dream, right?
Oh yeah. You all remember the dream. Mrs. Baker, I know you weren't there for it. You had a weird dream about being a dragon and eating all your friends. crazy bonkers dream. But yeah, Dynah, you remember the dreams of the dragon, and you're like staring at the glass, and there's like a particular, like, dragon's glass always has kind of that oil slick kind of rainbow sheen, but you can definitely see where it favors green over the other shades. So you're like putting it all together of like, okay, so having this, probably we might have breathed in a certain amount of combination of ancient glass and some of, Sophos' spores, ate cheese too late at night, the methamphetamines. The combination thereof gave you all just kind of a funky, weird dream.
Little too much ale. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I don't think I have, since we didn't actually loot anything from the dragon. I'm probably looking at the dragon glass to try to decide how much I can, like, when I get new material, to enchant stuff with it, because that's an enchanting we can do, right?
Yep.
Can I enchant? Huh?
Yeah, you can use it as enchantment. You can also just use it for forging. It won't be like at its most effective. But there's like different ways you could use it. Like you could essentially do kind of like the South American, like those clubs with the kind of the razors built into them with the rocks. So, like you can make like a bunch of different equipment with it, which would be very powerful and very effective against certain enemies. But like to use the glass at its like best potential is like you could grind it up, engrave it into some like actual weaponry, that like is a little bit sturdier, and it could then like cast spells through it. You could use it as like a spell casting focus, like if you made a wand with it, like tipped with it. There's lots of things you can do with it. It's just deciding like how you want to best implement it.
Yeah. I'm already designing metal instruments. Can I incorporate some of the glass into some of it to or if not actually doing it, like designing it, and then that way I can enchant the instruments with the dragon glass, and they're already metal.
Yeah. Yes, in using the magical glass, you can make something more metal. Yeah.
More metal.
So you can, in fact, like in a similar vein of how you would enchant a weapon, is you would grind it up, you kind of like do the carvings in it, then inlay the glass, kind of like working with glass, mother of pearl, or turquoise, where you kind of like work it into the grooves and then refinish over it, and that would help seal in the magic.
Yes. All right. So that's designing. Then this morning is probably designing till I can get the materials going, and after I enchant my sword. So I'm enchanting, or my weapon enchantment, the power that I have, and then coffee, definitely, and designing. It's probably my morning. Looking around at everybody else. Oh yeah. All right.
All right.
Watch the horse dance for a second.
Okay, perfect. And let me double check and make sure I call this the correct thing. Um, hmm. There's not like a there's not like a specific like art kit really. Um, so go ahead
Like
and
the
add,
artisan's kit?
like I'm looking at like the D&D, like if there's a kit that quite is a one-to-one translation. But I'm essentially like art supplies, like the little pop-up easel and all the different chalks. Um, you know what? Just add art supplies to your list, Dynah. And again, we're talking like one of those grade school like little pop-up art kits. So you have the little samples of chalk and um, coal and stuff like that. So you have like a charcoal kit. So in case at any point you're like, do I have like art tools? If you need some creative thinking, you for sure have them in your inventory, because at this point you've done a lot of like designs for your weapons. So you would just have this on you. So just keep that in mind in case you run into anything like you're wandering around a labyrinth for some crazy random reason and you want to leave chalk marks as you walk around. I can't imagine why that would ever come into play, but you know, it could. Random things happen.
What?
Mark that said OSHA was here.
It's OSHA branded.
And then they make that little guy like back the one who used to be on the back of the F-150s and he's skiing on it.
Yes. Oh, Calvin. Yes. But yeah, so you for your personal notes, you have an art kit with like, essentially you couldn't use it for like wizard equivalent parchment, but you would have like an assortment of parchment, writing utensils, and a really flimsy easel. Like, it's not nice, but it's functional. All right, that takes us to Sophos the Sage. What you doing this morning?
Sophos was preparing her spells.
Uh-huh.
It was very hard, but I think I got it. She has the indecision of a squirrel on a highway at 5 p.m.
Yeah, that's also,
But yeah,
have you
she
been
got it.
keeping track of how long you've been working on your brew? I think you're at 3 nights with it now?
Probably. Because we had, when we got to before we got to the Osha place,
Mhm.
and then we were there. I didn't sleep, but I was there for a night,
Uh-huh.
and then the dragon dream. So we're on day 3.
Yeah.
Day 3, night 2.
Okay.
She found some plants. She wants to experiment with them.
Yes.
Side project. Nothing needs to be started, just flavor.
Mhm. All right, perfect. All right. So, after preparing your spells, is
Oh,
there anything
she's
else?
working on her sunscreen. She's working on her sunscreen formula. Hardcore. She has clued in just how bad it can get. The blisters on my back.
Okay.
So she was working on her sunscreen. So that's what she found the plants for. Never mind. Stack that shit.
Fantastic. Make a nature check with advantage using your special little notebook.
With along with the designing of the stuff, I'm designing like pipes and other accessories
Mhm.
for her next enterprise.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm going to be the what's his face to my what's his face. I'm looking for nature.
Mhm.
There you are. Ooh.
I
17?
almost couldn't get my twist off wine cap open.
Oh no,
That's sad.
that would have been
I'm so
It
devastating.
sorry,
was
friend.
really bad.
Oh, are you
But-
drinking wine too?
Peach Moscato.
Ooh, the best.
Also, Sophos, you do get advantage on it, so you can roll again and see if you get
Mhm.
higher than 17. Is
I
not.
will again.
Yummy.
Ooh.
Ah, we're both drinking Moscato. Perfect.
Okay. Oh, hell
Great
yeah.
minds.
Mrs. Baker and I are sharing a glass.
Yeah. Mine's out of an old pickle jar, though. So
Aw,
Mm.
I love it.
perfect. Drinking and driving
Wait.
the cart.
We're gonna.
I'm more partial to Crystal. I'm sorry.
I have almost
This is-
exclusively coffee mugs.
Mm.
That's what I have too.
All right. So with that 25 Sophos, the thing is you do create a very efficient sunscreen. It is mud. It is truly just mud. It is incredibly efficient sunscreen. If you
She's
wear
been
it,
on the right path all this time.
I will allow you resistance to radiant damage.
Oh, yes! Thank you.
That sounds sketch and specific. Yeah.
Here for it.
Yeah. That
I
was
like
exactly.
sketchy specific things.
You do get disadvantage on charisma checks on anything that is not specifically drug related.
You know, I'm already at like a 0 on charisma. I have no idea how I've gotten as far as I've gotten.
I'm just
My intelligence and wisdom be banging.
saying, like, if you walked up to someone and said, "Hey, I grow really good shrooms and you are covered in mud," they're probably going to be fine with it. But if you walk up to any like business person and they're like, "I would like to negotiate a deal just covered in mud." No.
You wanna buy a Nile?
I mean, all she has to do is pull out this pristine cocaine, like this pristine meth from under her mud.
Have you tried meth?
Have you tried meth?
So she doesn't need charisma. She's got a Mrs. Baker.
I know.
This is
She does.
pure crystal, bitch.
I know. I'm just saying it like it is. You do not get advantage. You get, and you like gain no assistance from like the help action when it comes to charisma while you are covered in this mud. But by golly, are you protected from the sun's rays?
I love it.
A specific sun.
I feel like daily she's gonna be like experimenting with different regions' mud to be like, this one exfoliates while it covers. Making note of that. Dynah, quick, write it down. I don't know how to read. I don't know if she knows how to read Common.
Well,
I don't know if she's ever had to in game.
Based on your intelligence, you would understand. Like, how do I phrase this? Because you're not like a school-educated kid, but you can read and write. But probably your writing skills sit about 3rd grade, in the sense that like that cat is
Homeschool.
brown. And like,
I like it.
the block letters, and you can read just fine. But like, if someone were to ask you how do you spell chauffeur, you would stare at them blankly. Just go, I don't know. That's not.
She just throws cocaine in their face and runs.
Ma'am, I still stare at people blankly if they ask me to spell that word. I was driving down the road and I saw the word lingerie. I did not read that. I read, what's lingerie? And my friend stared at me for like an entire highway mile. And she's like, I need to pray for you.
I
told
have
you.
a degree in literature and I can't spell chauffeur.
It's a weird, messed up little word, and I just use the text or the voice to text option, and I just go, because every so often you spell a word and like the like assisted spelling is absolutely not helping you, so you just go, okay, chauffeur. Wow, that was way off. Okay.
Sorry to the French, but your word is fucky.
French is a bullshit, lazy language.
Yeah.
I mean, so
they can barely open their mouths. Oh yeah, but here's the thing: English is mad complicated for every other non-English speaking country in the world. They're like, there's so many words that mean other words, and just
the issue is it's such a slang language, and it's very in like when you think of people like Shakespeare, who like there's so many double entendres and the ways to like do the words. So like it becomes even more complex by like the colloquialisms and our bullshit metaphors.
right.
So, yeah. We also
especially like
wrong order.
sentence structure is very, very different. Like Japan, they hate the English like, sentence structure. They're like, what is this? Yep. It sucks. You guys suck. So
we do. We're the problem. And then we steal
all that work, and what did it get me?
Colonialism.
They also just steal a bunch of shit too. We're like, I like that word. We're gonna take it.
Everybody else borrows from other languages. English finds other languages, beats them up in dark alleys, and rifle through their pockets for loose adjectives.
Dude, Ohio is a menace. We have so many like these are proper nouns, these are actual things, and then we just say them wrong. Just deeply incorrectly. It's just like, why?
And then you get things like Tex-Mex where it's English and Spanish combined, and so you have words like beefsteak, which is not a real word in any language. It's just it's a person who tried to say beef steak with a very thick accent, and it became a menu item on every restaurant south of Laredo.
Yep.
And English did that to it. Not carne. No. Beefsteak.
And then I lived right next to. Okay. I lived right next to Ohio, and it all of their word stuff spilled over into Pennsylvania, like near all the time. And then you get in arguments with people from Pennsylvania. They're like, what is it called? Their weird made up language that they said is a language. I was in university and they're like, oh yeah, like Pennsylvanianese is a language, and I'm like, no, it's a dialect. It's not a language. And they're like, no, it's a language, and I was like, you're using the English language to speak, so no, it's not.
I'm using that phrase. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I don't think it means what you think it means, but all of that like spills over into Pennsylvania. So
I blame Appalachia because it's part of that, and then it like bleeds up, and then Ohio does whatever bullshit to it, and then it spreads. As they. Like,
I just think it's the language of the forest.
It's the language.
I'm just like, so I'm out of here.
With a whole ass A in it, and we turn
Warsh.
it into Warsh.
Yeah, Warsh. Down by the creek.
Crick. I had someone call in while I was
In the holler.
This was like West Virginia though, so it wasn't quite Ohio fuckery, but it was close enough. They called in. They're like, I live next to Dente. I'm like, the fuck is Dente? You know, by the Dente Mountain. What? Could you spell that for me? Cause I get a vowel. And it's Dante. The word was Dante, like as in the name, as in the whole ass proper noun name. And they're like, no, it's pronounced Dente. And I'm just like, it's fucking not.
You got a Dente's Inferno with I'm there.
I too like Christian self-insert fan fiction, but it's pronounced Dante.
This is Christian self-insert.
That's good.
I was like, my whole ass Italian family will have words with you. That is not how that phrase is said. And they're like, well, here it is. I'm like, you're where you are is wrong. Incorrect. Now that we've talked about the human language and how it's specifically English is messed up, you guys are bouncing along the road. Onkai
This is the perfect example of D&D.
Common came
That's
from
what we were all talking about in the cart is just like replace English with Greek, and there we go.
It is in fact all Greek too.
Insert flavor here. Right.
So, as Onkai is unconscious, the rest of you are having an existential crisis over the fact of whether or not Sophos can actually read, as you're all discussing language nuances. Is there anything specific that you're wanting to accomplish on the road before we start moving on to like getting on the outs? Oh no.
There went Mox.
You have a bad down.
Oh no, he's fallen and he
I
can't
would-
get up.
I would have made the snacks, as part of my fee.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
cooks.
Yeah. So, and pass those out to everybody.
You pull out trail mix with the appropriate amount of raisins in it to like the sweet confectiony chocolate.
Yeah, they're perfect. So with the treats, let's see. I forget what they do. Hold on, I'm reading.
I think it gives them hit points.
I said, finish a long rest. You can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency. Okay. Treat lasts 8 hours after being made. A creature can use a bonus action to eat one of those treats to gain temporary hit points equal to my proficiency. Okay, so you eat a snack and you get 3 hit points.
Nice.
Yeah.
The sweet, delectable trail mix
Yeah.
that hasn't been overly fucked up with peanuts.
Yeah, no, there's definitely like some almonds in there and pecans.
You have shredded coconut in there. Can I take that out?
Mm-hmm. The curled coconuts in there, so they're easy to take out. Yeah.
Dad is just leaving a trail of curled coconut behind the cart, and like little woodland critters are coming out. Like, oh fuck yeah, let's tropical little treat here. Hell yeah! Welcome back. All right, so everyone gets a trail mix. You guys are bouncing down the road. If not, I'm gonna start moving into like the outskirts of Athens and like
Cool.
stuff going on there. Is there anything
Cool,
you
cool.
guys want to accomplish before you start interacting with the humans again?
On the road, she definitely gives a motivational speech to everyone saying if we did fight a dragon, I really think that we would do much better than we did fighting the dream dragon. I believe in each of you so much that any real dragon would have probably run away from us because we're demigods.
Yep.
So everybody gets
Mhm.
some hit points here. You're gonna get boop boop. Hold on, I'll tell you. I forgot how my character works. It's been so long.
It has been a minute.
You get 8 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah.
And then you have advantage on wisdom saves. And if you're hit by an attack, if an affected creature is hit by attack, you have advantage on your next attack roll if you get hit by an attack.
Yeah.
All right. Temporary hit point. All right, 8. There we go. Logged in.
I'm feeding tiny human. I will put it in my players thing.
Yep.
Oh gosh, I can't think.
Yeah, where it says temp, you just put 8.
Yep. Come on, Papa. Come on. Okay.
That's all the preparing that I can do.
Okay. Excellent.
I give everybody a good berry.
Yeah.
Good bear.
Alright, so everyone gets you can
oh. I was gonna. That's where it was gonna go. I was gonna be checking with Danny Boy because if I recall, he does not wear any type of armor. Correct? I mean,
Not-
like we're
not
not.
at
He's a
this
ranger,
time.
but leather is not kosher here, right?
No, I could wear leather. That's not a problem. I just don't have any.
Oh. Okay. So currently the situation is what? Because I don't fully recall. Feel like it was in like a short, just like the short.
He's just in commoner's clothes, so he has a massive cloak. But otherwise he has like knee length little breeches, kind of a billowy what is not canvas, not cotton, linen. Like a well-worn linen shirt, and in like a change of clothes. Like he does not have a lot. He just has commoner's gear.
I'm over here. Like I know I have tools and some materials, but he's a ranger.
Mhm.
Ranger needs to move quietly. What's the other one? It's leather armor and there's another option.
Well, there's leather. There's studded leather. A breastplate is also always a good option. And then after that, you start getting into like disadvantage.
Disadvantage. That's what I want to stay away from.
Yeah.
But if the only options are leather and studded leather, I'm not sure. I mean, like, and then I look over at social repost and the other one. We have options.
Go! How dare you! If you come from my horse, Like, this is meta, but I'm coming for you, Dynah. The triggery will happen.
Muneco is gonna be this campaign's BBEG. I just know it.
Mrs. Baker is going to interject and say, I'm sure we can find some leather armor in the next town that we're in, and it doesn't cost that much.
I just want to make sure it's outfitted properly. Does he need horseshoes? I mean, like the hoof shoes. What's the situation here?
I don't often wear shoes, but I did bring my fairy gear, cause I was a farrier, cause I took care of the stock. It also takes care of my own hooves. So like he pulls out like for horseshoeing, he has all of that equipment. He would be proficient with horse ferrying and taking care of horses. He also could take care of his own nails. He does not require boots, but he could wear, like, if you found magical boots to give to this NPC, they could be reworked to, like, essentially fit like foot bracers.
Yeah, braces. Okay, so I could do braces.
Shin guards.
Yeah.
Also, Sophos was very disappointed when no wings came out of that pack. Or fairy dust. So disappointed.
I didn't realize what was going on. I didn't realize what was going on with my microphone, but I do want to reiterate, Dynah, if you come for my horse, I will come in your ass.
Duly noted. I was talking about horse leather in general, not specifically. They just happen to be there.
Listen, I come a lot. Just know that.
I would definitely tap Igreus on the arm and go, remember what I said about threatening people with a good time? It doesn't really work as well as you think it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will fuck you into the ground. And he turns to Mrs. Baker and he gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, she's like, thumbs up.
There's a moment that Danny Boy just kind of goes into the middle distance there for a second and is like, okay, here's the, in case anyone was wondering about my abilities, I can in fact use any simple or martial weapon. I have not taken a fighting proficiency yet. I don't have a specialty. I have my favorite pitchfork, which mechanically has the stats of a spear. I can wear any armaments, but if you
what are stats?
I can use both shields and armor, whether it be metal, natural, or otherwise. If you are going to give me leather, that is perfectly fine. It's a very useful tool. I just don't want you to kill something only to skin it. If we're gonna take a life, I would like to process all the meat, make it most useful, because otherwise I do believe in the sanctity of life, even for creatures that you may not consider worthwhile. And I would
have
really
you met Sophos?
To kill the horses.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, have you met Sophos? She won't let us not respect the sanctity of any living creature.
I'm not on
let's give him
anybody's ankles.
Let's give him a leather harness and a leather jockstrap.
Is there a method in this way for making like a pleather with?
Sage starts desperately seeking iron bark.
You have supple ass cheeks. You have supple ass cheeks, right, there, buddy? He says to their new friend.
Okay, here's the thing. I think I keep my ass in very good shape, but I am a very fuzzy cow man, and while grooming is important to me, sometimes things get caught and it takes a minute to get out of my fur. And I would like my ass covered. It makes me uncomfortable and self-conscious in crowds.
We won't let you have dingleberries in public.
Is he wearing pants?
Yeah, he's wearing like knee-high or knee-length trousers.
He's a fully realized person, Igreus. Like,
how big is he?
He would be
7
like
feet?
just under 7 foot at this time. You would
Oh,
also
so he's around the same height as Igreus. Okay, yeah,
he
makes
would be
sense.
taller than Igreus just by a skosh. And you
Right.
would also tell that he is not done growing.
I give you my pants, but I don't think Mrs. Baker wants to see that again.
No,
No,
I have
no.
pants. I can wear pants. It's just we were talking about armor, because right now I'm just in clothes, because that's what everybody wears.
I take that black wrap that's around Igreus's waist and I take it off, and it's just like this really big. It's strange because it's a big blanket.
Mhm.
It's like one of those industrial towels, the ones that like fully wrap all the way around you like 8 times.
Mhm.
And he just like wraps it over his shoulders. And it does come down to like to mid thigh level
Mhm.
in length, so it's long. But he like the way he wraps it around his waist. He was like, you can use this as a cloak, and it does like have like a little paunch in it that he can pull over his head if he feels like.
He holds up his cloak that he was wearing upon meeting you. He's like,
I'll take that one.
Okay. You have a cloak.
Speaking of which, I have not. I take out Dynah's bites, my old or the mace that I have, and I offer it to him. Like, do you want to swing this around, see how you feel? It's melee. I'm not sure. It's a little like it's more of a
Yeah,
it's
go
more of a
ahead.
hand cut for you, I think, than for me. But
Go ahead and hit me. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't worry. And he kind of like removes his shirt, and you can see all those like scars, and he's like, I can take it.
This
Sophos
is
starts like
strangely
popping
sexual.
crunchy bugs.
Mrs. Baker, I think
She's eating crunchy
this-
bugs like popcorn right now. Like, this is entertaining.
And he's like, no, don't look over there, Mrs. Baker. She'll stop you. Look over me. Look at me.
I grab one of the bugs, the little cream-filled kind.
In that one,
That's not
it's a
terrible.
Cadbury.
So he would have a 3
Um,
there. He would be proficient, so it'd be a +2. That's still only a 14 to hit you.
that is exactly my AC. So
Oh, hot dog.
yeah, I've been waiting to get some kind of armor or something on my body.
Makes it, takes it.
Roll.
I mean, you didn't have to roll. He was just gonna take it anyway. So
Well, it's still only 4 points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks you with it.
It's for how well he does. If we got a nat 20 or a nat 1, that would be.
Yeah, like
How big of a boo boo you walk away with?
yeah. If you give him.
oh, so I lose.
Yeah, you would lose.
So I lose the temporary hit points that somebody
Just
gave
4.
us.
Yeah, just 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have advantage on your next attack. Do you want to swing back
Yeah.
at him and see if he can take a hit?
I would tell him first, like, so listen, I'm going to hit you. It is going to hurt,
Okay.
but it's just to see if you can take it. You know, I don't want you to be a glass cannon, and I'm going to be teaching you how to fight.
Okay, I need you to understand that if you hit me with magic, I might die. But okay.
Oh no, I won't hit you with magic.
He does have 8 temporary hit points.
Oh.
And I stand in front of Danny Boy. Igreus.
Mhm.
Danny
I
Boy is
won't
not
kill
an
him.
adventurer like we
Not
are.
yet. Not yet.
I understand that.
Hot 22 hit points.
Yeah, I need you to understand that there are ways to train without hitting him. Okay? So
Oh,
we're not gonna...
he takes the drachmadeckers and he takes them off of his fingers. Okay.
I want to point out that Mrs. Baker would be coming to their like shins.
Yeah, definitely.
These two
Definitely.
massive dudes.
No, Igreus crouches down to be respectful to Mrs. Baker. That's always how he talks to her.
See, we're missing an entire training montage that's missing. Like, we need music. They're not there yet, guys. We need to build more bard skills before we can train someone to be a man. As swift as the coursing.
Yeah.
So then he
This is
stands
not-
up. Oh no, go ahead, Miss Baker.
Doing this in the cart as we're entering Athens is not the best way to do this. I appreciate that we're trying to get Danny Boy to the level that we're at. But there's better places and times to do so. Look around you. We're coming into Athens, and we have jobs to do, and we have a sun god up our ass. So let's go ahead and maybe leave this until we get better prepared. Okay.
He kind of like nods at Mrs. Baker, and he stands up and he puts his hand on Danny Boy's shoulder and he says, "She's right. So you want to be a hero, kid? Well, whoop-de-doo. I've been around the block before with blockheads just like you."
Oh Lord.
Okay, everybody take inspiration.
That was everything I wanted. Thank you.
That
Yes.
was so good.
Wonderful.
Danny's just staring into the middle distance, like I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I'm looking
Mr.
at-
Isle.
But
Mr. Isle, make a man out of you.
as you pull away your hand from like Danny Boy's shoulder, you see a growing of like I'm trying to think of like the little violets, but instead of being purple, they're black and they kind of grow up a vine up your hand a little bit, and he just kind of goes, okay.
Don't worry, we'll make you a hero. He whispers close to his ear so that Mrs. Baker can't hear him.
Oh, man,
Stop flirting. Let's do this.
Oh, okay.
Yes, bear for bear. Anyway.
Yep. This is just my house and run through.
Yes. Romance the giant cow. Alright, so you guys are approaching Athens. And you actually see the entrance into the city. There's a line of all these different carts as everyone's being checked, verified, and then allowed into the city as this is going to be a big event. So with the big forge, and like there's several other things that are going along with the festival, but that's kind of like their big instead of a joust, this is their big like a craft show that they're experiencing. So you guys are kind of meandering around the crowds, not quite within the city limits, and you see a astoundingly attractive man with an eye patch begin to approach you.
Mrs. Baker, how big do you think it is?
I hope it's really big. No, not really
They're at
big.
his
A
knees.
solid 8.5 inches.
It's got to be
You know,
the standard.
Knees
solid.
look like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's nice to see you guys again, and honestly, it changes size based on my general disposition and presentation. Also, you fucking blew me up, so I'm not real thrilled with you guys right now.
God, not this Chad.
Listen, buddy.
Oh,
You
that's fine.
attacked us. It's called self-defense.
My name is Kyler, not Chad. Chad is my homeboy, and he's not with me today.
Where is Chad? I wanted to see him about that cricket bat he borrowed.
You know what? Chad stopped playing cricket years ago, so I know you're not telling the truth. Alright, so
I would like to cast friends.
That was what I was waiting for. I was giving time for people to look at this.
you release your spell and you find it takes no hold. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not allowed to fight you on this like sacred city grounds because Athena would get all pissy. But I am here to watch over you guys, and as soon as you leave the city limits, I'm gonna fucking hit you, like all of you real hard.
Are you
Kyler,
flirting
have you
with
seen
me?
my right?
Are you flirting with me, Kyler? Do you want to get with this granny?
I know I do.
Kyler crouches down,
Want
gets
to
eye
kill?
level with you, and goes, "I am older than you could fathom. And also, I've seen you when you were younger, and I've seen you today, and you could still fucking get it, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm here to fucking start shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kyler.
You want to start it with me, Kyler? You better start it with me, because if you dare to try to kill Igreus again, I will continue to blow you up every fucking time.
Yeah, and I'll blow your asshole up. So, watch
Yeah,
yourself,
that too.
Kyler.
Okay, so
I'll just make you see stars, but it'll be a really bad trip.
Was that right, Mrs. Baker? I'll blow your mouth. And kind of just stares. He's like, hey, Kyler. Listen, I know that your job is to kill us when we leave, but while we're here, why don't we just have fun? You could come around with us and do stuff, and then afterwards, I promise I'll fight you immediately. But like spring break, bro.
Listen, Sophos has drugs. Do you like drugs?
Right? Like you like
Kyler,
drugs?
do you want to get high? Look, Sophos. Show him, Sophos.
Don't offer my good stuff to
But-
Sunny Boy over
No,
here.
I didn't say the good stuff.
But listen,
Okay, I'm just sure.
I understand that you just have a job that you have to do, and listen, the man, right? They suck, but Party Central, we're in Athens, biggest city in the world.
And I open up my cloak and just like bottles and bags and bits and baubles, just kind of like the sundials, and I'm like, see, you really want to mess with it? I can send you to every plane imaginable, and then some you've never heard of, Mister.
This is not a ploy.
Long, but somehow I kicked your ass.
Wait.
Right.
No. Let's all hi, Rev. Welcome. As Ankai wakes up in the back of the cart. I just want to point out, did I inadvertently create a troupe of like Disney fucking characters? Because Mrs. Baker.
Essentially, yeah.
Mrs. Baker is for sure like a fairy godmother across all planes. Sophos is all of Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
We got Hercules Igreus going on over there. Dynah's somewhere between Mulan and Tiana.
Yes.
And then like we got Unkai over here who's like the proper like magical Disney princess.
Oh,
Mulan Tiana with the voice of Javi
Maleficent.
Feinstein.
Yeah.
our
I was about
artist,
to say Grumpy.
our artist compared her to Megara, and I can't say she's wrong.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. Hi Rev, welcome. You guys are on the outside of Athens.
All right.
Because you guys are making your way into the city, so you guys can enter in the foraging contest, so that one of you can earn 1, complete the 4th task, and 2, earn favor with very specifically Hephaestus. Sorry.
There we
had a
go.
whole blank moment there. And you're being approached by Kyler in a human form wearing an eye patch post the event of you guys blowing him up.
Kyler,
remind me
I promise you.
Remind me who Kyler was?
Kyler is
He's the Chad.
Yeah.
He's a Giga Chad.
Gotcha.
Is he the one I turned into a fish and then buried?
Yeah.
And then
The herring?
You can join us, Kyler.
Yeah.
Like I want to like do something crazy in Athens and then like watch that asshole clap. Like I know you throw it around, buddy.
Mrs. Baker definitely turns around and starts twirling. Come on, let's go.
Perfect.
Just go with it then. Nobody says no to Miss Baker.
Here's the thing. Kyler is, by all intents and purposes, probably the closest thing you have on par with yourselves in the sense that he is a celestial being. He is, in fact, hella old. But he's also in a conundrum of a bisexual maelstrom and is currently, like, turning 50 different shades of red as he like comprehends all the different vaguely threatening sexual advances and is just trying to deal with what's happening.
If
My
I'm
plan
being
is working.
vague, I need to do better because I'm trying to be directly aggressively sexual. Like, so listen, you, me, and Mrs. Baker, we can throw it down at some point. So
Some in there. There's something in there.
I like making the DM's face red. That's what, because she is bright, vibrant.
What, Dynah?
Threaten him with solar eclipse.
I'm actually going to pull Dynah aside. If
It's okay, Tyler. I got stuff to make it numb. It'll be okay.
if they manage to seduce Kyler, do you think that you could pull your dad's trick with the net?
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Ooh. That could work.
I mean, that's my plan. We have to incapacitate him.
Here's the question.
She's-
How are you-
Just
how
give
are you
him like a
communicating-
got it right
knockout
here.
enema or something like that.
Wait, how are you communicating that question on Kai?
Telepathically.
Fantastic. As
Oh,
you do
yeah,
that,
you have-
Kyler's eyes, well, eye singular, locks onto you and goes, and like you hear in your head, he's like, you better fucking not.
You better not.
'Cause
Whatever they're saying, don't listen to them. Look at me, pretty boy. Look at me right here in these black orbs.
Like, I mean, is my twerking not like enthralling him? Do I need to do a performance check or like?
Okay,
You're fighting the bad guy. We're seducing him. I roll to seduce the dragon, please.
okay. There's no need to rule to seduce. All of you guys have just a high enough base charisma. And Kyler is a like the god he serves is a very sexual being. So like he doesn't have like a vow of chastity or anything like that. So this is all like fine, but he's also a dude doing a job to a god.
Yeah.
And he's just like it's
No.
being the horny waiter and people are actually hitting on you and you're just like, oh man, this is my job.
Kyler,
Really?
I'm telling you, while we're in this town, we serve Dionysus.
I mean, I serve Dionysus all the time.
That's not how this town works. I'm going to walk away from all of you right now.
Kyler. And he like gingerly takes Kyler's hand. And he's like, listen. And he like brings it to his lips. He's like, I understand. It's okay. It's okay. You'll be able to find us like you did before. And he keeps kissing his hand. Like Peppy Le Pew up the arm. And he's like, it's okay. I promise you. We'll take care of you.
Kyler like fully disengages. He's just like, I need to be elsewhere, and he just walks away. His ass looks amazing as he swishes away.
Oh, I'm sure. I stare closely. I drop to a crouch, and I stare forward.
We can definitely bounce some gold pieces off that ass.
Right. I plan to at some point. I don't know how long we're staying here, but it's gonna be long enough for Kyler to meet us in the room. So
if I give you a pill, will you try it on him?
Can we incapacitate him with the pill?
Here's the thing,
I mean, I feel like everything I make does that.
Can we give him so much crystal meth?
You'd have to figure out a way for him to like consume it and partake of it. But I'm picturing.
Oh, I know ways. I've been around a long time.
I'm just picturing the sunglasses meme where they're like, I wear sunglasses so no one can see where I'm staring at. They're just like right in their tent.
and staring at his ass. That's essentially what Igreus is doing. He puts the hood up from the cloak that Danny Boy gave him, and he crouches down and he just like stares with his hands in a steeple by his lips.
Okay, what are we supposed to be doing?
I don't know. I lost track, Mrs. Baker, but at some
we have a
point we're gonna
task.
make that ass clap.
This is what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh, okay. Does anybody like? We're supposed to be forging shit. Isn't that like Dynah's job?
Oh yeah, that's right. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be doing something for Hephaestus.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm about to go make bank right now.
Yeah, I need some armor, so if you can make some money.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I got you, boo.
Uh,
Keep the banana bread warm for me, Mrs. Baker. I'll be
Is
back.
there DM?
Mhm.
Is there a ye old sex store in Athens? I'm going to need a paddle unless Dinah is going to like make one for me.
First of all, there are several sex stores in Athens.
Got it.
First of all.
I am down to clown. Well, because I mean, hey, Dinah, if you require our help with your Hephaestus task, I am happy to help. But like, I'm preparing for afterwards.
Oh yeah. I will be too. Hold on. Mm.
I needed to say the paddle to say I serve Daddy for the night, and I want it nice and stamped on his ass when he goes back to his god. I could hear her laugh.
Okay.
Dynah looks at her mace. Like, you could use this as a finisher if he agrees to just like.
Don't
Hey.
worry.
As he's walking away, can I have Bubbles run up and smack him on the ass?
Nice.
My unseen servant.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
And make it an attack roll with Bubbles.
Okay.
And Igreus is straight up like Kanye West staring, where he gets caught and he doesn't look away. And he's just still staring.
16.
We'll say you're high enough level. Your proficiency is high enough. Yeah, you get a good smack. It doesn't do any damage because it's an
No, of
unserved.
course not. Yeah.
But yeah, just before you lose full track of Kyler in the crowd, you see him jump a little, and you swear you hear just a little like oh, and then like and then like he shuffles faster away from you.
I like to think that like Zeus and Poseidon and Hades are like all in a room, and Zeus is like watching, and he points down, and he's like, "That's my nephew."
Have you seen the Three Musketeers from like the 90s with like Kiefer Sutherland and all them and like
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Sheen?
Yes.
I'm a Gen Xer.
Okay.
I've seen that movie 800 times.
Okay, right? I envision like any of Ares' followers, like somebody has to have like flaming red hair and blue eyes and sound like the guy at the beginning who's like, D'Artagnan!
D'Artagnan!
I knew someone with that pitch in my brain to like, the goblin needs this. That's a little bit where Kyler's been in my head, was like that pitch of voice.
Yeah.
And then so when he walked away, and I imagined him getting his bottom ba-boom. He was like, oh!
Yeah. Let's see. If I were to cast
Poor DM.
if I were to cast someone to play Kyler, it would be somewhere either like a pro wrestler physique, but like with the general disposition of Matthew Berry.
I don't know who Matthew Berry is.
Oh, What We Do in the Shadows.
What we do in the shadows?
I don't think
Oh,
I've seen that.
Did you see
You
that?
really are the most dastardly bastard in New York City.
Sorry, Matthew Berry is also the name of the ESPN guy.
I don't give a fuck. His name is Mike.
Fucking
Fair.
Mike. He was
They
also
both work.
in the new Fallout
IT
series.
crowd.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's because that's the character's name, not the actor's name, right? The actor's name is
Denim.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
That's where I know him from.
IT crowd, by the way.
But yes, he's also in the Mighty Boosh. He's in a few
Oh,
things.
yeah, that's right. He is. I forgot that he was.
That's a
Go ahead, Ankai.
Oh, I was just saying that's a title. The mighty boosh.
Oh, yeah, the
Oh,
mighty
such a good
boosh.
series. That's where you get old Greg from. Do you like
I'm
Bangladesh?
all Greg. You like Baileys? This is watercolors.
I have a mangina.
This is Baileys, a bit bigger.
I drink
The mighty
Bailey's
boosh
from a
is so
boot.
great.
We can't go deep into old Greg because
Oh,
we'll get
okay.
lost in it. All right, so you guys, good lord.
Listen,
Igreus-
we haven't hung out in
Igreus
a long
says-
time, so
Yeah, we haven't. We got to get it out. Igreus kind of stares and he says, "The gods did one thing right." Kind of gets like, "Okay, what are we supposed to be doing?"
Yes. So you guys come to the guards to like get access to the city. You guys would clarify that you're here to enter into the contest.
I'll be right back.
There
Okay.
is a registry fee for, like, you're essentially paying a door fee. To enter the event is going to cost you 200 gold pieces. The pot currently sits at 5,000.
We have 200 gold pieces, guys.
I'll make that in a few minutes. Well, I don't know about that, but maybe.
I don't know how
raised
many.
my jacket pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we have 200 gold pieces. Is there any work around here we could do?
Oh, I know for sure one of
No,
you has
I
at
have
least
the
200.
money. I
Oh.
have that. I have it. I got you. I got you, bitch.
I put 10 gold
Yeah.
into the pot just to assist.
I do. Yeah, and I'm the one who pulls out the money bag from my pile of leaves. How much, my good sir? And do you take platinum?
Well, of course we.
I'm lying. I only have gold.
Igreus,
Okay.
Igreus pulls his gold out of his booby pocket.
There's
Just
room
hands
in
it
there.
over. His cleavage is huge, so I don't think people understand how deep the cleavage is. Like, so when
I have an idea.
when the DM said, "Oh yeah, he's like Matt Berry and a pro wrestler," like Igreus is pro wrestler size, so like the titties
So
be
you
tittying.
are the titties.
So
you
yeah,
are the
like
titty.
titties be tittying. He
Okay,
peck
well-
pops like unconsciously. That just happens. So
Oh, they're sweaty. Got it.
mhm.
All boob money is sweaty.
Yep, nice and hot for the guard.
But do I have, like, am I known here? Is this one of the places where, like, have I customered this person before? Have I peddled upon his wares? I don't know.
Okay.
Or do I just give him money?
Okay. So you give him the 200. I also, because again, Sophos has primarily small coinage and small.
Am I
coins
going to give it to him
because-
in nickels?
So you're just like you're essentially taking out like all your change, and you're just like, hold on, wait, no, let's count it out. Because I think that's funnier.
And I come in with, like, my bark sunglasses, like, don't worry, babe, I got this.
Mhm.
Pulling out various bags.
Did you get hot, Mrs. Baker?
I had to pee. I haven't drank in so long.
Oh,
So now I'm tipsy. This bottle
Uh-oh.
of wine's empty except for what's in my cup.
oh yeah, mine's gone. Mine was gone
Yeah.
like a couple minutes ago, so I was like, "Oh, gotta get a refill."
Now I'm going to have to pee 800 times. If I disappear, I'm definitely pissing.
She's okay. She'll be all right.
It's all good. It's all good.
So I have a design, but I don't necessarily want to use it or put it in the thing.
Mhm.
But because of the interaction we just had,
Mhm.
I don't know if I want to make this as a joke gift for Tyler Boy, or to use against him, or so what? I don't know. Just the insult to injury. So it's a chakram, but they're
Is that a
tiny-
cock ring?
Yes,
That's
yes.
what I heard.
Aerodynamic. They're going to be flat like the chakram to throw the chakram. The tiny malformed dicks, and they'll have little flames on them just to. It's the sun. But it's them.
Is that inside portion, the inner circumference, is that like empty? Is like open? Also, what is the material that it's made of, and can it stretch?
Metal. No, it's metal. Or at least this design currently is. But I could do something else. What do you want?
Yeah, I might need you to make something that's malleable that can stretch a little bit.
Okay.
Actually, if you do it on a fitted leather band, if
And
you do
you.
it as like metal like buckle joints into it, then it would
Oh,
have
yeah.
Yeah.
center flexibility.
He's a god. We gotta make it hurt just a little bit.
That will be so cute. Tiny buckle.
Can you make it like spin? Like,
And I
Listen.
please have a fidget
Ouch.
spinner cock ring. Yes.
that's
please.
what I want. That's exactly what I want, but it's gotta
Fidget
fit a specific
spinner.
circumference. Yeah.
For your burnt out gifted race king.
If I ever get strapped in a baby bajorn between you and another living being with a hole, I will throw up.
Who, me? Oh,
Yes, you!
what have I done?
You got it on, sir. I was stuck in the baby bjorn between you and Swifty. And I was just there like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And I was trapped because I didn't want to break your mojo, but I was also here like a limp biscuit, like, oh, let it out. I'm glad I didn't interrupt your moment, but I'm scarred for life.
Listen, you're gonna be in this group a while. Get
Oh, no.
used to that.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
I just need to be able to escape.
Okay, so I need to like alter it so that there's like a pulley system so it could like easily be pulled away and she could just slip out.
Gotcha. I just
Mhm.
don't want to be the strap on in your sexual encounters,
Yeah.
okay?
There is a pull system in it. Like Mrs. Baker can like.
Oh,
drop
okay.
it. There, and like in this case,
You
Sophos
know
could
how
do,
to
like,
use
an
it?
emergency drop, but it is an emergency drop, and then pending where everything is existing at that time, you might be entering the danger zone as you fall.
Oh yeah, most
Exactly.
definitely. I mean, you
I
have
didn't
something
know what was
to sit
below
on
me.
top of, but I don't think you want to do that for too long.
No.
I don't know if you want to do that for too long. I'm telling you,
No,
that's
it's
too much motion.
I just want to gently remind Sophos that she can shapeshift.
She can what?
You can shapeshift. You can turn into animals.
That's making it worse.
I always forget I can do that.
Just not a jerk.
I'm a bird. I'm out of here.
In that
Wow.
situation.
I forgot about the parental controls on my
Uh
computer.
oh.
No, your computer timed
Oh
out.
no.
Yeah, I changed computers.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
My face hurts. But yes, Sophos, you can in
Ever
fact
get
change into animals. You can't change into flying
Can you-
animals yet. You'll be able to do that next level. But yeah, you can turn into swimming and aquatic animals currently. You can turn into spiders.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. I love spiders. Igreus. Actually,
Yeah.
Igreus loves spiders.
In that moment, I don't think I wanted to be anything you loved.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I'll just have to
There
run
was
it
a lot
down.
of affection
No
going
snakes, no spiders, no.
You can change
I
into
was
like
trying to be a good wingman with just panicking.
a possum. You could just scream, smell bad, and run away.
I like that plan. I think I'm going to be a possum next time. I'm going to turn into a mole, like a naked mole rat, and just like flat on the ground, and then
I was gonna say that might. Okay, that's danger close. I'll be honest with you.
The mole rat puts you in a lot of danger, but it does make sure that you can't see anything.
Right, and so I was like, nothing small. You don't want anything tiny. Don't do that.
Don't do a hamster.
I can't see anything.
There's a whole Eminem song about that. You don't want anything tiny, so don't.
That's why, like, a possum, a skunk,
Maybe
like
two.
that
Yeah.
range deer.
I love how like the aggressively A's character has to figure out like an escape
Yeah.
method for next time she gets stuck between a fancy like situation.
A sugar
Just
glider.
And
remember,
This is this is Sophos' fault. Like Sophos gave Igreus drugs for the first time, and then
Ew.
he had to like then try to convince this person to
Yeah,
look the other way while they did stuff. And so I was like,
Yes.
oh well, you opened this door.
they turned Igreus into a honeypot, and now he can't
Yeah.
stop. He tasted the sweet
No, he
nectar.
can't. Right.
I did not put myself in the bajoran. Other people put me in the bajoran.
That's
Oh,
I was
true.
angry about it the whole time.
I also just want to
That's
gently
true.
remind everyone that Athens is also named Athens because Athena gave this fucking place an olive tree, and olive
Yep.
oil is a very accessible thing, and it's used for everything.
Oh yeah, they were arguing
Oh, yeah.
between Poseidon and Athena were arguing on who was gonna name this place, and Athena was like olive tree, and they're like, we love Athena, and Poseidon's like, fuck you, and then he dove into the ocean and made his horses or whatever.
Well, because fucking Poseidon gave them a water fountain. It was a salt
Right.
water fountain. It was
Exactly.
useless.
Right, there's not shit they could do with it.
Yeah, and she's like, here's an olive tree.
You know what would have helped him if he gave them like a bunch of horses? That would have changed the whole game, like right there. Like he didn't even think about that. I'm like, buddy, you made horses. You made horses. Give them the greatest horses they've ever had ever. They will pick you at that point. But nah, water fountain.
Every time
I don't know. That's like what the Catholic Church gives. Is saltwater fountains. Whenever I go to the basilica, and they're like, "Would you like water?" And I'm like, "It's salty."
Why is it
Eh,
spicy?
They somehow take over the world, so like, there's got to be some kind of method to that method.
that is fair.
Who to think on?
You'll notice that every time like Poseidon gets vaguely brought up, you'll notice that Danny kind of gets a little squirrely.
Uh-oh.
But not like overly so, but enough where you have like pretty high passive perceptions and passive insights that like mostly like Mrs. Baker would pick this up.
Wait. Danny's dad is Poseidon. Or connected to him in some way, because they fabricated the Minotaur, which means Danny's Igreus' cousin.
Okay, but we met Danny's dad, so and he was awful.
Yeah.
His mom was the source of his magic, but the lineage goes back.
Yeah.
So
See,
he's less of demigod and more of like the results of demigods spreading through the land and seeds being spread into a specific species and then intermingling with another humanoid species again, and you know.
But that line is there, so he kind of like turns around and wipes his arms around Danny. He's like, ha.
Danny is very confused and then just kind of accepts the hug and does the...
It's like, we are of the same lineage. That means we are family. Now I have to teach you how to fight.
Yes, but let's go complete our task first, okay?
Oh, of course. Of course. And he sets Danny Boy down and he kind of looks at him in his eyes. Of course. And then he turns.
Okay, Mrs. Baker's gonna get her mom voice. Everyone, all of you, look at me. Look at me now. Everybody, let's stop thinking with our dicks and vaginas and go get our task done.
and Kai, the middle child here. What are you doing?
Sophos, I think you might be muted.
I flick everybody in the ear.
I'm sorry, what were you doing, Ankai?
And Kai's the middle child here. Is like, I wasn't even doing anything wrong.
Shot up a name for my design. The cockrum.
We'll be using that.
Gosh, dang it. Okay, so you're entered into the contest. The contest is going to be a couple
when
days
I turn my
away.
camera.
So you guys have time to go through the city, gather supplies. You can get situated at
Sell drugs.
sell and buy drugs. And you guys have a hookup to have access to a local performance stage at one of the kind of more swinging alternative inns. That was hooked up to you by Orpheus.
Ooh.
So are you going to the... I'm trying to think of the term for it. You know what? You guys are smarter than me. It would be essentially the Hard Rock Cafe, but it would be something Grecian or Ye Olden.
Hard Rock Cafe. The Stiffen Stone.
The Stiffen Limestone.
Yep.
So you guys make your way.
You want to rock?
Hmm?
You want to rock?
Yeah. It's just it's like the start, like the OG, like stone wheel is the sign. Anyway, so you guys, make your way, and there's like a little outdoor stage that has, some weak, like, for the bards in the group, a weak ass little bard playing their little acoustic heart out, starting with, Freebird going into Time of Your Life, just the deeply overplayed classics. They are Guitar Guy, and they're just set up in the open air space, playing. There is an interior stage that's smaller, but no one's currently inside at the moment. You guys arrange your rooms. I'm gonna go ahead and make a call for your arrangements. You're gonna spend another 10 gold here. But you will not have to pay for stage access. You just kind of have to sign up on the sign-up sheet, where it occurs to you that Guitar Guy is paying to use that stage, and he is not making his money back in the early afternoon crowd. They are not feeling him.
So, is this one of the more established famous bars here in Athens?
Yeah, like it's it is like the alt lifestyle people, but still an incredibly popular tavern and performance space.
Okay.
Mrs. Baker's gonna. Are we in our rooms, or are we where the performance is?
Yeah, you would have been given your keys, but you guys have not gone up to your room or rooms. You know what? I'm gonna make the executive decision. You guys get a room that's like one of the little courtyard rooms where you have the little breakout space and then the central hangout.
Cool.
You get the nice suite.
Awesome.
Is there a potted plant?
There's several plants.
Mrs. Baker is going to go up and start to dance to the performance, to try to boost this guy's performance a little bit and make him do a little better.
Okay.
So I think she's gonna to start. Is that what kind of song is it?
Currently he's on some version of Kryptonite, so kind
of
slower rock.
Yeah, so she's definitely doing the 90s dance, just all in front of the stage and trying to smile at people to get them up and dancing.
Okay.
Maybe putting my hands out to random people to pull them up and start dancing.
Okay, make a perception.
Sage is walking around offering drugs.
Danny has decided to break away at this time, helps get the horses settled, and then picks up Sophos's pot and drags it up to the room and gets everything situated for your living space. So he's just going to go away for a little bit.
What was I making a performance check? Is that what you said?
Yes, performance check. Persuasion would also work, but performance is good. I believe it's the same for you either way.
Persuasion is +10. Performance is +7. But either way, I rolled a 19.
Yeah, no. So you get a couple of the people start getting up, they start swaying with you, and all of a sudden, all the little kids who were in the bar, which is a daunting thing to say, but all the little kids who were hanging out in the bar are all running down, they're all swaying, and they're just having a great time. Like, as soon as they see you get up there, they're like, yeah!
Just needed somebody to break the ice.
Huh?
Just needed somebody to break the ice.
Yeah. I would go and get like a bottle of something from the bar and go up and do like the whole like try to pour a shot in the performer's mouth because I'm thinking maybe that will help him be better.
As he goes into a rendition of Island in the Sun, he gargles the shot down, fumbles a few chords, and then gets back into it. But he does switch to a more like hangout party thing, not my girlfriend broke up with me and I'm sad about it vibe.
Sweet,
yeah. A little more sublime.
Yeah.
I was half expecting with the pouring of the shot, Mrs. Baker was going to convince him to pour some sugar on me.
He does
that would be
have
good.
sugar, but he does have sex and candy in his repertoire.
There you go.
Of course he does.
And he every time he says, "I smell sex."
Sorry.
So this can be relevant whenever you would like it to be. But as people are like filtering in and stuff like that, Ankai is doing a detect thoughts, like general scans. And I'm looking for not necessarily a specific person, but a specific type of person. I am looking for somebody that's going to be going into the competition that is kind of young, dumb, and headstrong. The kind that's like, I'm the best, even though they're, maybe a year or two into the competition. They have a shot, but not a great shot. I'm looking for that.
Okay. Make an insight check with advantage.
Okay. That is one of my good ones.
Ooh.
How does a 21 do you?
All right, cool beans. So, all right. So several things. What you pick up is this is a huge event weekend, and while again, the forging contest, this dedication to Hephaestus, is a heavy feature of this weekend. It's kind of like the crown jewel event. There's vendors, there's like people who were essentially like traveling performers that are just there. It's just like a big kind of like event weekend for them. And you catch that like a few people, especially in this place, a few of them are like, we're gonna throw our names in the ring, but they're not like the top contenders. They're the people who would enter the sword making competition with an axe kind of energy. Like they're like,
okay.
Yeah, but it's a blade, it's different. I'm making something that's like art, rather than like I'm making something that's gonna play to the judges. So you get a lot of that in this kind of atmosphere, and then you hear the very distinctive like, so like, what are you looking for, Ankai? Like, what are you doing in this? What's your thing? Please don't hit on me. The voice of Kyler pops into your head as you kind of like scan.
So traumatized.
Don't worry, I have no intentions on hitting on you. There's plenty of people to go around for that.
Cause like would, but I'm also doing a job, and I'm just so very confused and horny and sad. Anyway,
I mean, there's plenty of people that'll help with at least one of those things here.
but I'm working.
Why not all?
But what's I've been playing too much Forgotten Realms. I almost said Lathander. Sun God, Apollo.
Apollo, yeah.
Look, what Apollo doesn't know is not gonna hurt him. We're not bad guys here. You're not a bad guy. You don't have to be a dick.
Okay,
Just
one,
use it.
I am not a bad dude.
I
Two,
see.
technically, I use like he/they pronouns. I present masculine, but like I am like an existential being, so like I don't really have a true gender. Also, like as long as the sun is fucking up, Apollo can see every goddamn thing I do. Wait, no, I shouldn't say goddamn, because he's my god, and I don't want him to be damn. Hanging around you guys has been an experience. I was just vibing in the ethereal plane, living my best fucking life, and then I got called into this bullshit, and then I got hit on aggressively by a very attractive man and a very attractive older woman, and I as someone who doesn't actually have a mother per se, I apparently have mommy issues that I didn't know I needed to unpack. But I'm here now, and I'm supposed to fight you guys, and you blew me up last time and turned me into a fish, and I did not appreciate that.
So this is my take on it. If he could see everything that the sun touches, I could just throw you in some darkness. And I'm not using that metaphorically. I'm meaning a sphere of darkness. You get your rocks off. You can resolve this mommy issue that you've developed.
Wait, no, darkness is scary.
There's nothing to be scared of in the dark.
That is objectively untrue, but I see what you're trying to say.
There's lots of things for him to be afraid of in the dark.
You're not part of this, Igreus. You're not on the group call.
If I was, I'd say the dark is my domain.
Technically, it's mine.
Yeah, technically, darkness falls over a lot of your guys' purview.
Mm-hmm.
Not mine, not mine.
Yeah, no, you got sweet Mrs. Baker and her like being of the hearth, and then you have Dynah, who would technically forges their own version of like light and fire. But like the rest of you motherfuckers all have like dark spooky shit. 3/5 of the group is very spooky and dark, and then you have like the two who are just like, I want to make stuff and mind my own business in my house, and then you get the spooky motherfuckers.
Look, I don't know what Apollo's deal is. Technically, with all of the divine entities that I group with, I'm the only one that's not technically divine.
Like, the problem is you disrespected him, and the gods take hella offense to that shit.
Well, maybe if he wasn't such a cuck.
Ooh.
Like gasp.
Look, I don't like that he turned one of his previous lovers into a plant. Or the one that was was the shrimp his? No, that was Aphrodite. Anyway, there was the shrimp, and there was just a bunch of other. Look, he's not like great when it comes to relationships, but like that's neither here nor there. He's still like the sun god. He still does stuff. He's still like a hella good archer. Don't you love a good archer? Like that's great.
If I could base all of my horrible qualities off of one arbitrary thing, I am an amazing person. That being said, you do you, boo. I'm not telling you what or what not to do. I'm just suggesting that there is a winning side here. And that winning side is not going to be a light bulb.
It's a star that's pulled by a chariot? Oh, man. Okay.
His horses are not nearly as cool as ours.
You know that one horse like hella hates you guys, right? Well, except for the little druid. It likes the druid, but like it has mad beef with several of you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that a lot of that started before we made it levitate down a mountainside.
What?
Wait, who loves me? Totally meta. I just walked away for a second. Who loves me?
Horse.
Yeah, the horses.
Oh yeah.
Muneco likes
And yeah, you baby.
like Sophos very specifically, actively dislikes Igreus, and then like is kind of like generally antagonistic towards the rest of you.
I love it.
We got horses.
Good turn. Sorry.
So we got horses with personality. What does he have? He pulls a flaming ball across the sky.
The concentrated power of the sun is in fact one of the things that he like has.
And I do believe both him and his father are actively terrified of my mistress.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
See, here's the difference. Is that they have divine blood and parent issues. I am actively trying to gain the favor of the being that your father or your patron is terrified of. And I have already had a wonderful meeting. So the question that is remaining is, do you wish to be on the receiving end when this comes to blows? Because you already returned into a fish once, and that was us having fun.
Please tell me his little familiar is like in his shirt in the game too.
Yeah.
Or her little familiar.
They're living their best little life. They're just a little guy. Well, I think no, the familiar is also she, but yeah, it's still a little guy. Gender neutral.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're making a nest in the hair.
Completely unfazed.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
this is an everyday occurrence.
This is what they do. Kyler's gonna go, okay, so you think that because you and your friends have some gumption and that you have like a great grandmother aunt who can like control magic and stuff, that you guys are on the winning side, and that I don't know, one of like the top Olympians is gonna fall to your shenaniganery. That's what we're vibing with? Okay. Alright.
You are welcome to believe whatever you want, Chad. But
Kyler.
I can tell you with certainty that at some point there is going to be a side that needs to be had. And I would prefer you to not be on the receiving end of that side. You seem like a nice enough kid.
Alright. Well, I'm older than you, but okay. I'll catch you around, and like the connection breaks off.
He'll be around. He wants that orgy.
Look, man, he's got
Is
a
it
job.
is it night or
No, it's like mid-afternoon, so it'd be like 3, 4 o'clock-ish. About an hour or two away from sunset. Because it is getting to be like the colder fall months.
so is everybody else just like partying or in the room or whatever?
You guys could be shopping. You guys could be hanging out at the inn.
Can I find a temple to Apollo?
Oh yeah, there's shrines to all of the gods in the area. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Apollo's temple.
You want some backup for this blasphemy?
I'm not even telling anybody.
Okay.
You go.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sneaky, so I sneak out.
All right. So you find a shrine. Mrs. Baker is pretty well traveled. You would have been to Apollo or Athens in like maybe a college spring break gap year kind of energy vibe.
I think one of my grandkids live here.
Oh yeah, that could easily be a thing. Like if you have one of your kids is especially either scholastically gifted or if they are a like training to be a craftsperson, Athens is a great place to have gone for that. So yeah, one of your grandkids
Awesome.
could definitely be in town.
All right, yeah, I'll easily find Apollo's temple and walk inside. Is it busy or no?
Being towards the end of the day, it is slowing down. There's not a ton of people in there.
I want to find a quiet spot near his statue and sit down and kind of get in a prayer zone. I'm gonna take out of my titty pocket a decadent cookie. It's like macadamia nut and white chocolate, and it's like this golden color, and it's perfect. It's crisp on the outside edges, and then like the soft in the center. Actually, three of those cookies, and I'm gonna hold them. Here, I'm gonna hold them in my hands. Just up and just Apollo. I hope you're listening. I've met Kyler. I just want to talk. Can we talk like we used to talk? I have your favorite.
From behind you, you hear soft footsteps in a pattern that is familiar to you. Apollo has always been a regular of the bakery. A beautiful dark-skinned man with like a freshly shaved head, just sheening with oil, very well kept, yellowed golden kind of wraps as he approaches you barefoot in the temple. And it's odd because you can tell the sun is setting. You can feel the temple around you empty out, and somehow it feels as warm as it would as if it had been baking in the afternoon, like in the noon sun. The temperature warms around you as he approaches from behind.
Yeah, I can feel that warmth at my back, and I'll turn around to look up and hold up the cookies. It's been a while.
It has been. He appears in his like early 20s, incredibly like sharp jawed, and his eyes are brilliant yellow. As the irises fall upon you. You tried to free Prometheus and insulted me all in like a 24-hour period.
I most definitely did not try to free Prometheus. I tried to get everyone out of there as much as possible. However, I meant no insult. I don't know why I didn't talk to you while we were there. It was a day. It was a day. We've been having a week. You guys sent Hermes to give us like jobs? I have no idea what's going on.
Hey,
No, but your goon is trying to kill me? Kill us?
we'll kill one of you. To be fair.
No.
Just one? It's just a dude. Like, you haven't even known him that long.
Oh, but he's needed me.
You always had a soft spot for, like, the needy and the broken. And, like, he picked up an...
Have I? Have I always had a soft spot? And I hold up another cookie.
He takes it. He's like, look, I thought it was funny. My sister and I gave you, like, a silly little adventure through the woods. Like, it wouldn't be that complicated. And you love the island of Lesbos. So, why am I, like...
I do.
Look. And he, like, shoves the cookie in his mouth and kind of takes a moment. Look. You know, you get insulted, you gotta make a show of it, right?
I understand. I get it. You're mad. I get it. And fighting Kyler, that's fun. Like, you know, I'm always...
You turn him into a fish.
So cool.
That's so
These
fun.
guys are really talented. Have you witnessed?
Yeah.
They're really talented.
The tiny moss one scares the shit out of me.
She scares the shit out of me, and she loves me. And I love her. She's family. She will blow all of us up because it might be fun.
Oh man.
She's Pan. She is of Pan. She is everything that is Pan and Dionysus.
Yeah. She's of that old magic, which I don't know nothing about. My dad's a cad and a philanderer, so here I am.
Well, I mean,
You hear like a little just
I'm
like
not
off in the distance somewhere.
I understand that you need to make a show and not get slighted with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any rules of engagement?
Well, in sacred and holy places, we're avoiding conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if I make a big show of it, that keeps some of the others away from you.
I can appreciate that. Why are we on these tasks?
Oh.
Is there something bigger?
Oh. Some of my dad's bastards got found out, and she went on a purge.
Oh God.
And as a way to get rid of all demigods, mostly surrounding my dad's follies, you guys, being innocent in all this, were given the option. You can either ascend and reach at least minor deification, or die, ending, you know, demigods.
Well, I definitely don't want to die, and I don't want any of us to die. Can we play your game?
Yeah, you gotta beat all 12 tasks. Not that hard.
While avoiding being killed by your chads? Like, how many chads are you going to send after us?
As many as you can take.
I can take them all.
Oh, I know you can.
Okay. I just needed to understand what we're facing.
I mean, if you want her to come after you instead, for
No,
now you're my target.
I didn't say that. I said I would play your game.
So for now, you have someone to focus on.
Okay. Can we play with Kyler however we want?
With Kyler's consent? Yeah, I don't care.
All right. Okay. All right. Anything else I need to know for old time's sake?
I'll clarify on my end. I'm not going to clarify anything for Kyler. He's kind of an idiot, and this is very funny for me. I'm not going to like forbid him from doing shit. Like, you know,
Right.
I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
just going to keep his orders the same, and I'm just going to see if he fucking breaks. This is a great, like,
Oh, he's
this is
gonna
such
break.
a fun prank to pull on my, like, bro. This is great.
Yeah. I know it's gonna be hilarious. We've
did-
unleashed the beast in Igreus, so
I'm starting to get that in the reports. Also, you fully made him lose an eye. Like, that's a whole thing. Although, while if you could technically regrow it, he's like holding on to that for some reason. So, like,
he likes us.
I mean, technically, we all kind of like you in our own weird little ways. But, you know, life of a god. Can't make it easy. We all
No,
suffered for
nothing.
our divinity.
It's a pain in the ass. I will try to. No, I won't. Okay. All right. I know what we're dealing with now. I do appreciate the information. And again, I am sorry. I would never slight you on purpose. You are an ass, as I've told you many times.
Don't hate the
But I
player.
would have at least said hi
Yeah,
if I wasn't distracted.
yeah,
I would have left cookies. You know I would have. Is that it? Did you just miss the cookies?
Honestly, it was the cookies. I just wanted cookies. That's all I fucking wanted.
You're such a pain in my ass. I told Mom. Okay. It's almost sundown.
Yeah, I gotta get the whole dusty trail. My sister's gonna be out in full force here this evening, so
Ugh.
yeah, she does her best.
I know. But the cookies aren't as good. Her favorites aren't as good as yours. So.
No, she likes that weird rosewater shit.
Tastes like soap.
Yeah, I don't fucking do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I better go make some.
Macadamia nuts with the. And he leans over and takes the last one from you. He's like, "All right, I'll see you around, Mrs. Baker."
All right.
Fun. It'll be fun. Rules of engagement. I'm only gonna kind of try to kill you.
I will lose every bit of my kindness if any one of them die. Every single bit.
See, the issue is you're hot when you're angry, so I don't know.
She slaps his hand and starts walking out of the temple.
And before you leave, he sets an arrow in front of you and goes, as a fair exchange for the cookies, because I'm not gonna try to stop killing you. You can take that back to your companions.
She picks it up.
See you around, and he like vanishes.
Bye.
And especially for Mrs. Baker, the cool of the evening immediately sets in, and you're tired old bones and are like, oh fuck, the arthritis.
She like pulls out her cane and starts tippy tapping back to the Hard Rock Hotel.
No. Anyone else have any evening plans?
Yeah, Igreus is on the roof of this place. And he's shouting, "Kyler!" Trying to get his attention.
Make him wait.
Yeah, Kyler does not appear to you for at least not this evening.
Hmm.
A lot of the locals are now just staring at a place that 100% does not have roof access, and a dude that's up there.
Meanwhile,
he just flies down.
Meanwhile, Ankai gets a mental text from from Kyler. Please make him stop.
I haven't bottomed it in a while, and it's gonna take a lot of prep work. Leave me alone.
Yeah, he just flies back down and
Okay.
goes back into the building. So he just kind of leaps off the top, and he kind of floats down in the midst of this ring of people who are now watching, and kind of just walks into the hotel.
All the whispers go up around you. It's like, I wonder if he just broke up with his boyfriend. I wonder, who's Kyler? Do you know any Kylers? I don't know any Kylers. Dynah, you were gonna say something?
Igreus just ignores them.
I'm not sure how much gold I have because I'm looking for materials.
Let's see. You should have. Currently, you're listed as having 7 gold.
Oh, I don't usually keep track of gold. I don't know. Okay, so I don't have gold.
To be fair, Sophos has been given a lot of party gold.
Yeah.
Sophos, did you mark off the 200 that you spent to get entered into the thing?
I'm marking that off right there.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I haven't entered anything into it, but probably because I've just been like, oh, Sophos has it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm down to 75.
Okay, yeah. So, Dynah, you are also a craftsperson, so you
Yeah.
will have access to a forge. Make a general charisma check. If you're proficient with any of them, you can choose like one or the other, but choose any charisma based ability, and this is going to determine like how good of a forge you have access to.
All right. Let me take a look here. Charisma. Where are my skills? Here they are. Perception, I got +1. Intimidation, I got +1. Hey, let me use your forge. I know, I got persuasion at +forge too. +forge. +4. All right. So let me click. That's gonna be a 10.
Okay, yeah.
Can I help?
It's fine. This is while Dynah was out and just setting up. You get access to a perfectly adequate forge. Like it's not terrible. It's not like the newest. It's just forge.
All right, and I'm what's the have we gotten any information on how long do we have? What's this trial look like? I'm basically just looking around doing some preparing, seeing if there's any exotic materials that I can use to incorporate. Is it going to be artistic as well as functional, practical?
Okay, so you would have a general vested interest in this particular event for a multitude of reasons, being a craft person yourself, as well as your parentage. So the thing about this event is this is a gift for Hephaestus. And Hephaestus has been known for making incredible weapons as well as traps and tricks and just splendid pieces of art. So when it comes to winning the event, there's a couple of categories you could get like judged in. So like there's the actual craftsmanship, there's the materials used, there's the functionality, and then there's Hephaestus himself. So there are several trials that you can go through. Consistently popular are weapons. That seems to be the most common go-to. And because it's the most commonly chosen one, historically has been most likely to win. We're choosing something that is like artistic or weird. Those seem to be like very hit or miss, and it kind of also depends on like the forge master, their relationship with Hephaestus, like what materials they used. Was Hephaestus in a good mood that day? Where other times people have tried to do like artsy fartsy weird stuff, and Hephaestus is just like, get this shit out of here. So like, if you can make a really, really, really good sword, that is like the most likely way you're gonna win. You could take a risk. You could take a risk and build something completely off the fucking wall. The main thing is it has to be forged with metal. That's like the main like depiction, and it has to have at least a 200 gold value. But like otherwise, any other materials you use, any like other how it works, like years and years and years and years ago, a music box won. But it was like one of by music box, it was one of those massive like hurdy-gurdy like sound machines that people make. It was like obscenely large, but it technically was a music box in the sense that it had a hinge and it cranked. So like you could do something off the walls, but consistently a well forged weapon will win out or is more consistently going to get approved in other categories where like something off the walls could just like flop real hard, if that makes sense.
Okay. Got it. Let's see here. And then
You will also know
well,
that Hephaestus does like
well,
dark humor as a general disposition thing.
so I've got a design. It's a very basic design because it's a sword. I don't have a whole lot to work with. But here's the thing. So it's gonna be a sword, and then it's gonna have a little H engraved on the thing, and then the bottom, the pommel is going to be the head of a hammer. Not functional, but very much the this is the hammer, and then the grip is going to, if not, it's going to be a net, as Ankai said. It's gonna be a net design, if not an actual net. Um, and then in under the grip, if under the net, we can do a little design of the two trapped Aphrodite and yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and then dragon glass, huh?
Aphrodite and Ares.
Yeah, Aphrodite and Ares, and then dragon glass in the either the hammerhead made of dragon glass or the hilt. Yeah, um, etched in dragon glass, or actually maybe the net could be etched in dragon glass, and then the effect would be, it was enchanted, right? We could do it enchanted.
Yes, you can put spells inside of dragon glass. Yeah.
Okay, so can I do I have to learn a specific enchantment to like just the sword, like the can does oh my god. I wanted to have like a net effect, paralyze, hold them down, maybe make it difficult for them to move.
Okay. So when it comes to enchantment,
Poison?
it very
Oh,
specifically has to
Scarlet says
be
poison.
a spell that you can do.
Hold person
Do you have
that I can do. No, I don't. Hold on. I have to run through the list.
let me look. Spiritual weapon, warding bond, protection from poison.
Sacred flame,
Mm-hmm.
inflict wounds, searing. Oh, searing is good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, smite is a solid choice. There's also bane.
Bane. Oh, I like Bane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hold person is on your list.
Oh, it is. It's a 2nd level spell.
Yeah.
Ah, Scarlet continues to take poison.
There's also Zone of Truth. I would say
Ah.
for irony purposes, Zone of Truth and Hold Person are probably, with the theme of the weapon you're designing, are probably the most ironic. But any smite, Bane would also be like a good one. But yeah, you have a few different spells that you could try to work in. Now, the main thing about enchanting is it normally takes time. And so it could end up getting you docked points. But part of that presentation is like, here is the weapon in theory, here's it storing this one spell. Once it's used, it can't be reused again, but my idea is that over the next like several weeks, I'm going to like fully engrave it in there. You do get the sense that several people have been working on theirs for a long time, like since this time last year. So they already have those like enchantments prepared. So it could be held against you if you try to do that. Otherwise, you could try to tap into like some divine intervention to be like, please make this stay, and try, but you'd kind of be asking your dad to help you cheat on your homework. So
Yeah, basically.
It's that gamble of like, do I say, hey, it has the potential for this thing, but it doesn't quite do it yet, or do I just like give it to him with the raw magic potential and then he can decide what goes into it? Because that's
I think
a
that.
viable presentation option.
Yeah, I think given the amount of time that we don't have, if we're not going to be here for that amount of time, then give it to him with the potential to store the spell of his choosing.
I have a question. I mean, we're a team, right? And we do most of these challenges as a team. Is there any way that if we're sitting around talking about winning this competition, right? Because that's what we would be doing, because that's what we're here for. Is there any way that we could all pool? We're all pretty magical. And is there any way that
with the power of 5,
that Dynah could try to draw from us the energy he would need to complete the enchantment
So
that she would need to complete the enchantment?
possibly, but the thing is all of you would have to contribute something like similar, very specifically within the like the same domain of magic. So whether that's like abjuration, evocation, whatever spell that Dynah wants to put into it, you definitely have to put like, you would have to have access to something like similar, if not the same style of spell, to like help properly. But yes, you all have magic. You all could theoretically like pull into it and like try to make that connection, and even maybe make your own spell in the process by when your powers combine.
I mean, if we're talking about a person that is an enchantment spell, between me and Mrs. Baker, I think that we probably have that covered. Because nothing but enchantment spells.
for it not to be a nigh impossible task, like all 5 of you would have to like have.
But could
something.
like Igreus not contribute fire to make into the forge, and could not Sophos contribute like something airy, because she's
Poison.
nature
Poison.
like.
Well,
So we all have our own skills, right? That wouldn't possibly help forge this weapon.
true. That's
And we have
have a lot of dirt.
inspiration.
No. That's part of the forging process. I'm each going to have
Right.
like when we do the forge session.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you each contribute something.
Oh, I see.
as part of the process. But this is like specifically enchanting. This is adding
Right.
very specific magic to the weapon. If you're giving it an enchantment, and you want the enchantment to be permanent, in effect for the judging, all of you would have to contribute something. Like, for example, if one person, like if the spell is hold person, and I'm trying to think. I don't think any of you have like hold monster yet. But if you had hold monster,
I have like
command
spiky vines or something like that.
You very specifically like for Sophos, she could add something like the grasping vines, even though it's not necessarily the same enchantment magic. It has the same effect of like stalling, where like someone throwing in a command spell would add to that. Like,
Yeah, I have
enchantment, and
suggestion.
Suggestion would be a good one.
Dissonant whispers kind of holds you too.
Yeah. So anything that would be
So
stunning.
each of us throw in our flavor of the hold down spell.
Mm-hmm. Right. So if that's what you
Cool.
wanted, that's what you could put into it if you all contribute to it. If one of the things that Dynah has is I think branding smite, one of the smites, searing smite. So searing smite is a fiery smite effect. Igreus 100% could contribute to that with any of his multitude of fire bullshit. Sophos should have something fiery in their like general druidic abilities.
Fairy fire.
I have every element, my y'all.
Well, heat metal would be more accurate than fairy fire, because fairy fire is a like area of effect, see invisibility thing.
I have flame arrow.
But like, oh yeah, flame arrow.
I don't have anything fire.
See, but like you might not have anything fire based.
I have a motherfucking wall of fire.
God, you're so scary. Druids are so fucking scary.
Yep.
One shot Tyler. We got this.
But yeah, like you guys could all like think about it and work together and look at your spell list and be like, okay, this is what I have. Mrs. Baker, for you and for Onkai, you guys have a little bit more of a limited spell list based on your builds. But if you all 5 like contributed to a spell, you have the chance of like keeping it intact and a permanent enchantment. And again, depending on what you put together, if you guys have, and you guys can pitch it, like I'll whatever you guys are throwing into the pot to say like I'm doing this to enhance it. I'm open to your pitches, and this could also change what the spell does entirely. Because if you do like where it is like hold person and it has heavy nature influences and there's like a lot of snaring effects in it, that would then color the effect of how that spell works and its viability and like the range on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, how does Psychic Lance do for you? Seeing that does massive psychic damage and also incapacitates a bitch.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have Stinking Cloud that incapacitates as well.
Here's the thing.
I love
Dynah
it.
is going to be the focus of the spell. Dynah is
Right.
the Forge Cleric. So
yeah.
So
it's
hold
gonna
person.
be colored by what she can do. Because she's the primary enchanter. You guys are just kind of going, I have carrots. let's just throw this in your pot and see if it makes us stew.
I
we're
mean,
trying-
I can give inspiration.
Yeah, and that's going to be part of the like forging process. But if
Yeah.
if we're talking very specifically enchantment, this is going to be something. This is a collaborative decision.
Right. Hmm.
Also, a side note, because I just thought about this and it's slightly off the topic here.
Mhm.
How difficult and how much would it be to acquire scrolls of arcane lock so I can lock down other people's forges?
I'll have to. Okay, let me. Because arcane lock is what level spell?
Second.
That's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, those start to add up.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of money, bro.
That is very funny though.
Because I know that Dynah is a very honorable individual, and they want to build this weapon in honor of their god. I'm not. And if I could distract somebody for a couple hours trying to figure out how do they unlock their goddamn door and take that time away from them, I'm perfectly okay with that.
The honor is a certain part, like the sword, the hammer part. It's gonna be like heavy hammer. Like this is not necessarily gonna be like I can use this in battle. I mean, it's a sword.
To take the quote of Game of Thrones, you just got to hit them with the pointy bit.
It's also just it's gonna be double edged. Like I'm trying to think of any last minute like additional details, but I like it where it is. Simple.
What are you doing, little rat?
Yeah, you're looking anywhere between 250 to 1,000 gold per scroll, depending on like their availability and rarity in your area.
Okay. We'll talk about that like afterwards, because I think that's I'll be more than happy to do some rolls.
But did you say 250 to 1,000 or 250,000?
250 is on the low end, and then to 1,000 per scroll.
Okay, I was over here like, oh, we're only short like 249,003.
Yeah.
What if so with the dragon glass that makes things enchantable, right?
Yes, and that would be
Okay.
what you'd be like filling in the weapon.
What if instead of us enchanting the weapon, which seems to have some logistic problems, we use the dragon glass that you're already planning on using, that we stole down my titties, as spell slot that can be enchanted per the wielder's wishes, right? So you leave the capabilities open for them to have enchanted in the way that they wish.
Yeah, that was one of the suggestions that was made.
Oh, well, my brain is fried because I'm drunk.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely an option where you could just be like, I made you something with potential.
Yeah, it has 3 slots of dragon glass that you can enchant. And you can hold a whole bottle of wine in one.
But yeah, that is something that you could do if you don't want to like make it bespoke.
Yeah, we haven't heard.
Windy outside my door. I'm sorry, I am drunk and I've been trying to be muted. So I'm gonna mute myself again.
Is there? I have a spell. It's not currently like equipped, but it's called Magic Stone, and apparently I imbue 3 pebbles. Could we like soup that up on the Dragonstone? Would that help? Because I can imbue 3. No, never mind. Never mind. You gotta throw it. I don't think we should throw the sword. We had a character who did that once.
The sword.
It was awesome.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
you have no idea.
so
Oh my god.
How much?
Mayhem.
How much dragon glass do we have?
That's a Mrs. Baker question. Who was keeping track of that inventory?
I would have a couple of crates.
yeah,
She says.
We stole a lot because I went back for secondses.
Okay.
Yeah, and I rolled a nat fucking 20 on my secondses, so we stole quite a bit of ye old dragon glass.
100 gold worth.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and that would.
Sorry, speaking of which, how much would it cost to get like the just like the basic bracers and gauntlets and shin guards for Danny Boy?
So for standard leather armor, you're looking at.
While she's looking that up, Sophos, I just thought of the best way that you could help us with the forge is with a lot of meth.
So much.
We will get that sword done.
Oh yeah, I can take care of everybody on that one.
Then could you get all the other 4 like smiths really stoned where they oversleep?
So I could literally walk around with a mixture of passiflora with a little bit of greenery and just pre-roll a bunch of stuff. There's passiflora everywhere this time of year. It blooms beautiful. But it puts you to fucking sleep. I can do that.
A little bit of Valerian.
I imagine that most of what Sophos is going to be doing is making money, which I'll have you roll for here in a second. If you wanted to get...
Oh, I'm so making them pay me to fall asleep.
If you wanted to get...
This is premium stuff.
Finished leather armor, it would be 10 gold pieces. For studded leather armor, it would be 45 gold pieces. You could also make either of those 2 things, either the leather or the studded leather for half the cost, but you would have to take the time to make it.
Okay. I was looking for more of the materials, like the basic materials, like get the you know the Walmart plain version, and then I was going to dress it up. Yeah, but not today. I just wanted to see what the materials were since we're in town.
So if you just wanted to get him leather armor, that would be 10 gold pieces, and then at a later time you could scale up and make it more efficient as studded leather and bespoke it at a later time. But just for because this is the bare basics leather armor. It's not bespoke, it's not interesting. It's just here is leather, it has straps, you'll bend it and twist it to fit you better.
Hold on, I had a brilliant idea. He has horns. Can we make dragon glass horn covers that are enchanted, and he'll be enchanted?
Well, currently his horns are trimmed down, so he stands out less. But he still has the base stock, so yeah, you could make little horn extensions, horn husks for him if you wanted to out of the dragon's glass.
This is totally an ADHD thing, but whenever Sophos was talking about different things, can I petition that they have access to the spell Stinking Cloud, and that Stinking Cloud is a giant cloud of weed smoke?
I
mean, I personally smoke it. I think I'm the only one who can handle that much.
I think Stinking Cloud is a weirdly higher level spell. But yeah, sure. When you
Amazing.
get to that level, I'm
It-
fine with a druid having stinking cloud. That's very funny.
It's only
I have
30.
a
Yeah, it's
stinking
a
cloud
yeah, it's
candle.
a
Wait! I have a stinking cloud candle. What
you
is
do.
this? Hear me out. Hear me out. I walk around and I offer that as like the lighter. Will that like enchant anything? Will that like transpose somehow? There's got to be something. Amoebas? No, something else. Solubility? No, it's there. It's all salt.
Mrs. Baker,
Yes.
can I
Yes,
have
please.
10 pieces of that dragon gold or the dragon gem glass?
10 pieces. How many? Like, how much is it per piece? I don't want to use the stuff that we're gonna use as for the food.
Well, I don't know exactly how much we have, but I wanted to use some of it for my weapon commission.
After we use what we need to use for the forge, I will gladly give you whatever that you'd like.
Okay.
I just want to make sure because we have to complete this task. I want to make sure that
I'm
that we
I'm
have
here to
what we need.
Oh, so wait, did we decide? Did we figure out if we had a spell where everybody had something in common to add to it, or are we doing potential? Mox, what was your or Igreus, what was your list? Did to
Do you have
contribute?
something like that hold person? Like, do you have something that would incapacitate a person?
Something near old person, something near smite, or something near bane. I think those were the three um big ones
Yeah.
that everybody else had a contribution.
Yeah, all I have is my grasp of the underground, which is just burning hands.
But that could work for, I mean, grasp maybe for hold person.
Also a
Uh,
fighter, so grapple.
I don't know if I have grapple as a feat though,
No,
but I
it's
could
not.
certainly
It's
do
just that's just something that you can do.
it. Okay, yeah, I could certainly do that.
I
would
don't know,
that count?
DM.
Mm-hmm. So like for Onkai's suggestion, Mrs. Baker has suggestion.
And I also have stinking cloud, which incapacitates.
Uh, uh, Sophos also has like
Grasping vines.
the
Grasping
grasping
vines.
vines. Yeah. I mean, there's options there, and again, you can also do it as just blank potential. I'll give you guys till the next session to like think about it and let you make a decision. Because right now you're kind of.
I like the potential and really like fucking designing it out.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you know Hephaestus, right? So
a little bit.
that's like that's like a bonus, right?
Uh-huh.
That's just like a bonus of like making something that would be attractive to.
Yep. Just remember,
Um,
your guys' theme song is Nepo Baby.
Yeah.
something also I had considered as well is I do have access to major image.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use that as a part of the showmanship of the sword. Whether it's not actually capable of doing the thing that it says it does, we could make it look like it does.
No. You want to lie to a god?
Not lie to
Yeah,
him.
let's not. No.
No, but like you can use it to like tell a story, and you
Yeah.
know, yeah. It has potential. Like there's gonna be like a showmanship part of this, so that's all going to start coming into play.
Okay.
Great. So like I do want you guys to think about this.
You
Okay.
cast command on the crowd. Applaud!
Dynah, go ahead and make me. Let me look at your stuff. I'm gonna make a call from that. Because this is like for the plan that you have. I want to know how well you have it like translated. So let me take a look at something. Let's see. You are not very intelligent. By golly.
What?
But you do have decent wisdom. Go ahead. Roll insight. This is essentially using your crafting skills to do the plan. So roll insight because that's essentially what stats you'd be using. You're going to use your wisdom.
Any advantage?
Yeah. You have people working with you. You have history with this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll give you advantage on this roll.
Cool.
Does anyone want to give him guidance or anything?
That means it's not a nat 1. Because I rolled a nat 1
I mean-
after the rolled a 2.
Dynah can have my inspiration because I'm not going to use it.
Well, I have inspiration. What
Oh
is that?
yeah, you should have inspiration from
Is that
me earlier.
Did you really
Yeah.
just roll a 2 and a 1?
Yes. Apollo is a dick.
Okay. Do you want to use your inspiration?
I mean, okay, what is that? Is that
That's one more
a
D20 roll. Does
Okay, that's
anyone
one more.
want to give guidance? Bardic inspiration?
Before I click the roll.
Yeah? Anybody?
Sure, I'll give Bardic inspiration again.
Yeah, I was peeing. Yes, Bardic inspiration. I had my mute on, and I'm in the bathroom. Like, I give Bardic inspiration
Okay, so you have 2 Bardic inspiration.
because I have a bigger inspiration than
Yeah, you do. You got that.
mine's bigger. Mine's bigger, Mox.
No, okay.
I believe Mox would give you a D6, and I believe Mrs. Baker gives you a D8 or a D10.
I think it's 8. Hold on. 10.
Okay.
So you have an additional D6 and a D10 to add to the roll.
So the worst I can do is 3, right?
No, the worst you can do is 7.
Oh, that's right, 7. Because I got a 6.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So and then Oh my. Okay. It's 11, a
It's an
D10,
11.
and a D6.
Uh-huh.
Or should I save it? I don't know now.
No,
Just do
it
it.
lasts a minute anyway, so it's user-lose.
Just do it. Just do it.
$14.
Did you roll one of those?
1 and a 2.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing.
Can I give a lucky point?
Luck, you could. That would give him one more chance with a D20. Do you want
But
one
it's a
more?
14 for the insight check. Or was it?
Yeah, because it's the +4.
I'm in a room with a David Detector playing with my kids. So I have a lot of key points if you guys want it. I'm going to go back on mute.
Oh, no, okay. Oh, that would take you to an 18, because it's... No, the 7 is +4, so that's what got you to the 11, and then the +3 is what takes you to a 14. Do you want to roll one more D20 just to see if you roll above a single digit number?
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Just beat it.
Oh my God. 16.
16 is better.
With the +3, that takes you to a 19. You feel
Yay.
like you can make this weapon with the materials that you have at your disposal, and it would not cost you any additional materials at this time.
Yay.
You could also spend money on materials and maybe have a better time in the future trying to make the item.
I have 33 gold. I can invest.
I have enchantment magic and the ability to lie.
I have I have
A
35
giant
gold.
penis.
I have 35 gold, 1 silver, 50 or
And
not 1 silver, 1 platinum, 15 silver, and 40 copper.
And a very nice penis.
And an
All
ass
of
that
those
won't quit.
Yeah. Can I start telling stories in the Hard Rock to try to earn some money?
Yes, anyone who wants can go ahead and make a performance check as to earn money. Sophos can go ahead and make a carousing roll regarding selling her drugs. You can use wisdom
Oh God, I'm gonna
instead
use my
of
inspiration.
charisma for your roll. Sophos, very specifically. Okay.
I got a
I'm
22.
so sorry. I use a what instead of a what?
You can use a wisdom instead of a charisma skill. So any wisdom skill that you're proficient in, you can use that to sell your drugs.
I'll be back.
All right. So Mrs. Baker got a 22. Hey, Igreus,
Mhm.
do you want to use your inspiration? You know, the ones that you never use.
Nah, I'll save it for later.
You're never gonna use your inspiration.
I give you
I love
bardic
you.
inspiration.
I
I give
love
you
you.
bardic inspiration.
Okay, you can add a D10.
I can't hear it.
You got bardic inspiration from Mrs. Baker, so you can add a D10 to your roll.
Okay, so that's not what I wanted.
That was terrible. I'm using a lucky point. Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
So 24.
Fantastic. There you go, Sophos, with a 22. Okay. So that takes us to 22 for Sophos, 23 for Igreus, and a 22 for Mrs. Baker. Does anyone else want to try to do some like crowdfunding, carousing, to prep
Feeling.
for next?
And Kai's gonna look around for a sugar daddy.
Okay. You can make an insight check. I will give you advantage because you got your psychic, and that's bullshit.
Gotcha.
Dynah, you can do anything?
Look, I'm looking around and enjoying the performances while I'm drawing in my sketchbook, trying to figure out this stuff. I don't know if there's anything I can really do to make money directly here.
Well, you have access to a forge, so you could like help the forge out and just make them a bunch of nails or a bunch of like horseshoes.
There you go. I'll do basic fucking work for them while I'm. Hey, don't worry about this. Like I just came out of the OSHA. We can do this. Let's go. Get my arm back on. It's been a while.
Yeah. So then.
Also, can I tell Danny Boy to shoe some horses?
Danny Boy does go and do some stable work that essentially makes his own income, like negating his cost of existence.
Gotcha.
But what if he wants to roll a d20 for that and see like if he earns extra?
Not gonna be me. I can't. I'm barely gonna roll for my own again.
Yeah, go ahead and use another insight roll because again, this is gonna be your wisdom plus your proficiency, making shit. So. Go ahead and roll that for me. Unless your strength is higher. Dynah, what's your strength modifier?
It's higher.
Alright. Then yeah, you could use a strength plus proficiency, so essentially like any attack roll that you have. And just
I think everything else was my dump stat. My strength is +4.
Strength equals 4? Yeah.
Oh my.
Digital dice do not like you.
The digital dice does not like me.
Leave your phone out under the full moon. Dunk it in moon water.
Make sure you dry it out with moon rice, though.
Yeah, you gotta dry it with the moon rice. That's a real trick. God, that's
so
cool. That's the second natural one. Okay. That's fine. You make 5 copper pieces.
5 copper.
You
All that work, and what did it get me?
You started making nails and then got focused in on okay, but if I make this design, and just halfway through just stopped.
Didn't.
Started with nails, ended with autism.
Yeah.
Basically.
Our sweet Danny boy is only gonna be adding 2 silvers to the coffers, but the rest is essentially negating his cost. For everyone else, if I could have, because you were all in the mid-20s, you will each get 3d10 plus 5 gold for your earnings. And then what did you roll on Kai? For your insight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what'd you get?
23.
23? Okay, 3d10 plus 5.
Okay.
Alright.
23.
Great. So Mrs. Baker, you earned 23 gold. Igreus 18. Sophos, low haul for you, honestly. That's only 13 gold for Sophos.
Oh no.
29 for me.
Embarrassing.
Look, here's the thing. You are in an artsy-fartsy town, but you're in the artsy-fartsy town that's making something right now, and they're look, I have to be on a very specific ayahuasca trip before I start foraging. I can't take the drugs while I'm working. I need it for the vision, but when I'm working, I gotta have my Adderall.
Matt.
I know, right? I haven't perfected it.
After the competition, that's when we all take the weed and we all take our gummies and we all need to rest our muscles. But during, we gotta focus.
Rest assured, I'm gonna make some expensive bangers while I'm waiting for this to happen. You all think you're making a masterpiece? Just wait. Just you wait. You ocean-toting fools. I will bring you on the trip of your lives. You'll never know it hit you. Sophos has a very particular plan. Screams into the ether.
On the sunglasses. Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh.
So you guys are gonna come to your evening's rest. You've earned your money for the day. I'll have you have the options to kind of try to earn money. Dynah, you're gonna not be able to as much because you're gonna get focused in on your crafting. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and call the session there. Coming back on the 28th, we will start the competition for the forge. So that'll be a series of trials that I'll give each of you to assist in the crafting of the weapon.
Hey, Mom.
Biggers?
Mox.
Hello, forgive me. I'm
Hi.
trying to set up the stream.
Oh, you're all
Oh, I forgot about streaming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the world can't live without us.
Gotta sit here in my blankie.
Oh, thank you, time.
This is like the softest blanket I've ever felt in my entire life, and it's one of those ones that are extra long, so like you can cover your tits and your toes at the same time.
Oh, that's always the dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
One day, I shall own a bathtub that will cover both my boobs and my knees at the same time. I want it so deeply.
The house I moved out of in Illinois I had this big sweetheart tub, and it was in the bedroom. Okay, and so I had like bath time like every other day, and it was the best thing. It had like the jets and all that stuff, and I've missed it ever since I've moved.
Yeah.
Also, every time I see a movie where like a couple takes a bath together, I'm like, how? How big is that tub? How do you fit? Who doesn't have the nozzle shoved into their shoulder blade?
It's because they make those tubs for tiny people, and it's really dumb.
I know.
Yeah.
I like meat on the bone, so I'm like, no, we're both gonna be in this pool, so.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was house hunting, a little dark part of me was like, but what if I find the one with the roll-in, like, accessible shower with the door that you can close that has the built-in bed?
Yes.
Like, that's the dream, man. I wanna.
Oh yes.
I wanna sit on a little bench while I have a little shower time, just contemplate my thoughts. Can you imagine shaving your legs, but you have a bench?
Oh yeah, the little I always want one that's it's a big shower space that has the rain shower that comes down, but it's like across the entirety of the ceiling. It's a glass door that allows you to open and close it, and then it's marble, because marble is like really soft, and so like a marble like a seating area for the marble and things like that, or just have a giant room that is a tub, a big square black marble tub.
That would be great.
That's kind of what I'm doing with the upstairs. Not luxury materials, but because of the space I'm working with, and it has like an A-frame roofing. I'm putting a second bathroom upstairs, and so I was like, well, if we're doing all this, we could add a shower, but like putting in like a shower stall would be really awkward with the shape of everything. So I'm just gonna turn it into a wet room with like a half wall dividing where the toilet is. So ultimately you walk into the whole thing and it could just be the whole thing is essentially a shower. So I'm like,
that's what they do in a lot of different countries anyway.
yeah, and that's what it was like European, like space saving. Like I also thought they were pretty popular in Japan. But if I was gonna do a bench seat under the window, I was gonna frost the glass, and then for like access to the bathroom, it's gonna like have a frosted kind of shower style door, so the natural light can still come into the bedroom. I'm excited.
There's this film I use on all of my windows, and it's actually behind me. Hold on. It's like this rainbow film, but it gives me that like frosted look.
Yes.
But it gives me rainbows.
Yes, that's essentially what I'm looking for. A little bit more opaque, because I mean, I have realized that I'm naked neighbor because I do like my windows open because I have cats.
Oh, I'm 100% naked neighbor, and I do not care about what they say.
Me
George
too.
can suck it.
To the naked neighbor.
I don't think George cares though, because like he's seen me in a bevy of positions. So
Now I want to be.
We've all seen her. Oh.
Is it bad that I want to be Mox's neighbor now?
I
Or...
want to be Mox's neighbor.
listen, I've had so many people. I lived in a different town, and it was a college town, and so I had a bunch of people who would often walk past my house, and I just had my windows open, and one day I caught this woman like staring in the window, and I was like, definitely not wearing any clothes. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not the one doing the illegal thing here, so
Yeah, look if you want to look, but
right, look if that's what you want to do. But
yeah, I like coming from my old townhome, which was also in a college district. I was walking from the shower directly to the bedroom, and it's like right across the hall, like a straight shot from the door. and I'm walking into my nice big front-facing windows that are open with the spring air coming in, and like a bunch of people walk by, and I'm just tits out, and I just kind of sink to the floor.
Oh no, I bear it all. I'm like sitting there like, listen, I have nothing to be afraid of showing, I promise you. So no fear in my eyes at all. So
Yeah,
I can
He one of
understand.
those neighbors who like sits behind his tree when I'm out gardening, like that positions his chair so he can like stare straight at me.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Creepy. And then I like last time he did it, I just like stared at him from across the street, just like, what you want? And then he moved his chair, and I was just like, I don't see you though. You're not even sneaky.